All right. Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome. I've got a headache today. I'm not sure whether that's because I'm dehydrated or what. Probably a bit of dehydration in there. It's one of those hot days, but also ridiculously humid days, so it doesn't feel good to be a hot day. But hey, so yes, we are once again starting an hour later, just so it gets a bit cooler before we go. But also for the important reason, the World Cup finals just finished. I suppose these won't be major spoilers for people watching the VOD or whatever, but yeah, it didn't go to extra time or anything, so it is over now. And I was just sitting down enjoying that, seeing how that would go. Fairly predictable, I think, personally. But yeah, so now we're ready to do a bit of streaming, and it's going to be a good one today because we're going to be doing the lore and story conclusion. Even better, I'm going to give away 200 gold on this as well. Because 200 G is roughly what I've earned in PvP this past week. And I suppose I could keep it and spend it on stuff, but whatever. We'll do it as a giveaway. I also want to do one Soul Beast queue. So I'm going to do one Soul Beast queue now. Hopefully show you guys a little bit of what the gameplay's like. And that, because lots of people are asking for that. I went back and looked over the VOD comments for the hour-long stream yesterday that was supposed to be just a tiny mini stream, and lots of people actually just wanted to see some gameplay. And because I've not done any on Wooden Potatoes 2 or anything, I'll do this here, but then after this is over, I will trigger the intro, I'll go get some coffee, and we will yeah, we'll make good of our time and conclude the patch. I say conclude the patch, I think there's still a reasonable amount we actually have to do, but I'm kind of game for just going the whole way here. Getting all the way through Gandara and everything. I mean, we're only at the point of reaching the map, aren't we? So, it's so crazy that we've done... I feel like we've done so many story streams, and we've not really followed up that much on you know, got that far. But hey, it's a long patch. Like I said, we did a 2-hour stream on just one instance the other day. And then another 2 hours. Oh, no. The first stream we did like 2 separate instances or whatever. But yeah. My microphone's been really annoying right now. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Trying to be as relaxed as possible. Alright, so just a very, very quick run through of how this build worked. It's a 1500 range unblockable one-shot sniper. It's really vulnerable in melee. You need to know no port spots. You need to know the terrain reasonably well. You need to be very, very, very flighty. You need to hope that people don't target you. Naturally, whenever I stream, it feels like I get hammered much harder. Maybe it's just because my brain power goes down or whatever. But basically, the main burst that we're going to be watching is I'm relying on the Call of the Wild to get Fury. I sometimes bounce that for more might. So you might find me going Call of the Wild and this. But the main burst is to trigger one wolf pack, which means every attack we do gets a secondary follow-up strike of damage. And you can do that 4 times a second, every second until it runs out. And then we're going to use our eagles to chew people, thus triggering this a lot. And we're going to use rapid fire while in beast mode with Sikkim active, which gives us a 40% damage modifier. Okay, the 2 gives 10 vulnerability, so the spike gets bigger and bigger over time. All our sigils and stuff is all sort of based around building this up. We might also sometimes follow up by merging with our smoke scale and using Revenant's Unrelenting Assault, which also you can do with Sikkim and one wolf pack active and whatnot. And so that's the pressure that you can do. This is sort of a middle ground map, to be honest, for this. I hope it's not too loud, by the way, the game. This is sort of a middle ground map. We'll see how people do. I'm going to blast some stealth here as well by triggering the smoke scale. So there we've got a target from our friends. Remember, we're unblockable, so we don't actually care that it's a Guardian. And see, the Guardian's dead. Now we're going to barrage over it so that they can't easily res. And we're going to watch for anyone else. So there we got another secondary kill. Here we need to basically sustain because we got another similar ranger. We actually have a ton of focus now. There's 2 people. I don't know how my ally died. It's an Ellie. I'm really scared he's a glass staff Ellie. There's the rally because we did get some good pressure. I'm going to use the smoke scale again here. Move back over to it. And then pet swap and use our eagle to burst out. So now we've peeled because we've got lots of stealth. And I'm going to drop the eagle back out here. And we're going to see what target we can get. This Necro is a really good target. That's not going to be a big burst or anything because we just left beast mode. Turn around to see if anyone's going towards mid. So I'm getting focused again here. Here we can jump this guy with the smoke scale. Oh, no, we can't because he's stealth. That was really good. I'm annoyed that my ally wasn't doing too much, but it wasn't too bad. I guess he had to cap the node, so He wasn't exactly time wasting. We can wait for our beast mode to come back up now, and this range is overextended. Actually, he managed to pull away with a greatsword reasonably well. The Axe 3 should kill him. It's intelligence sigil, so it will always crit. And you saw there that it did. I'm making sure to just unload what burst I can. There, I used the smoke scale knockdown and aimed for the pet. So this Rev isn't targeting me. I'm cancel casting that because he's healing based as I attack him. Here I'm stealthing preemptively. Never mind, it missed. We're going to wait for our cooldown on the smoke scale to come back and kill him with that now. One wolf pack did run out, which is a shame. There you go, another Axe 3 kill. This is annoying. He's a Staff Ellie, so we're fighting a really uphill battle here. This isn't even a small node on this map, so this is... I really don't like Staff Ellie on this. And I'm quite forgiven for people messing around trying stuff. It is a ranked queue after all. Here we just want to get the line of sight on killing this guy. We got it easily. He's also a bad rotator. I don't know why he came this way when we already outnumbered it. He left mid open for an easy decap at that point. And he also doesn't need to cleave that body. So that's about 3 mistakes you saw that guy make all in the space of about a second. This guy I'm really scared of. I don't care about getting decapped right now just because... As you can see, he has reinforcements. Here we might be able to get the kill if we're really quick. We did. We managed to unblockably kill him with the Worldly Impact in Shelter, which is his heal. I'm ludicrously out of position right now. And I can't get my longbow 4 because I LOS'd myself. I need to move because they'll look at me. Here we're trying to sustain a double cap while our respawning allies come in. There I should have started blocking there, going unblockable there, but I didn't. That way he wouldn't have reflected me. We're going to go for another smoke scale burst. We got it. And we're going for a rally right now. This is going to be really close. He didn't rally. My Staff Ellie didn't even target anyone. I think they just rezzed it though, which is fair. A decap occurred. That fight looks pretty tempting. I don't like this. I want to help him here. I'm going to help him here. This might be bad from me this time. Opening with a barrage and letting the bird go in, because there's a good chance he's going to do that. So this guy's rotating badly. This was essentially a plus just to let him cap it. I anticipate that Guardian will re-engage. Here I'm assisting with the rest. We're going to be careful of Greatsword 5 from that. I'm going to go for a kill on the Reaper here. There we go. Someone assisted me there. That wasn't all my damage, just to be clear. If you guys are like, whoa, that was not all me. That was someone else. Go for the CC just in case something's going on there. Don't forget we were unblockable, so we can do that in the middle of like his Staff 3. So here's what's annoying. I knew this guy was going to re-engage, but he's been plussed as well by a ranger. My ally played amazing there, just by the way. Really, really good play. If I can now contribute and stop them getting the res, I did. We're not unblockable anymore, and this guy scares me, so I'm going to Signet a Stone and just... So you can see how he pushed me as I moved away. So this was good. Me going off the node there was really good because what it meant was it was guaranteed decap for us. So now I'm unblockably able to do this. He's already used his greatsword, which is a bit frustrating. I didn't need the assistance from that guy. We're tenuously holding our 2 cap. I'm a bit scared of mid-range. Oh, this is good. The Necro rotated badly. Does Necro went mid? He could have maybe done something. He could have made something happen. I don't think he will here. Here I'm leaving the bird and not going beast mode just because the bird's got some reasonable front-loaded burst. I also want to pet swap before a beast mode so that I can use Unrelenting Assault. The eagle beast mode is more of an escape, and I want it to be really aggressive there. So we were just waiting. That window of not beast moding straight away meant we got as much of the bird's pressure out, and then we get... So here I'm going it very quickly because it's a Guardian. I don't want another shelter. Anyway, I forget what I was saying. Now the game's boring. It's too easy, and we're done, basically. I'm staying on this ledge because I'm watching respawns and making sure that I am in position to harass anyone going for the side. This is the Necro that's back that we just killed a second ago. We can barrage here as the LOSs. I instantly de-beast moded there because I want the bird to slowly walk over to him. He's stuck in a really horrible position here. We'll probably die. There, I've been pretty low awareness. I'm going to get decapped, and I don't really want to go melee with the Rev anyway. Good. He jumped off too soon. That's his mistake, not my good play. We have to Signet a Stone very early there because of Sword 3, which you saw. I'm going to perch myself on the ledge just because I think he'll probably fall off at some point. The guard is kind of scary. 1500 range is disgusting and shouldn't be in the game, as you just saw evidence there. So with my pressure, I managed to keep myself alive, but until one of my allies wises up and gets the hell off of mid and goes over there, I can't re-engage that right now. I can't even go for a little bit of close pressure because I'm a little bit low on health. I don't want to waste the heal. They're on pet swapping just to keep bouncing swiftness. And if the rev comes back as well, I'm screwed. I want an OOS. I can't believe I'm not... Oh, I guess it's because that guy's still up. That's fine. None of my guys are still even remotely looking at close. The thing with the Guardian going too close to the guard there is he can double port close to me. Here I fucked up really badly. I got my Necro killed, quite possibly. I didn't know if they were looking to come round and go towards the gate, so I came this way. But I let the Rev jump my Necro. I let the both of them. Like, this is a scary combo you're looking at here from these two. I got to get the Necro back quick. Otherwise, I'm dead. Dropping out, and I'm going to stealth here. The smoke scale just randomly cancel costs its own thing, which is fun. Ranger we know is squishy, so a good target. We can take that. I'm a bit scared of my Guardian behind me. He's come off the node. This has become a really big team fight. I mistargeted the Unrelenting Assault there, which was a bit silly. And I just Axe 5'd myself in the face by walking into that wall for no reason. It's okay, guys. I'm good at the game, I swear. I swear, I'm really good at the game. We're going to push back up here just in case there's really quick early aggression. So our ally died over there. We're going to have two pushing in, and the respawns are lined up that this will be quite a big push. Luckily, we've had status quo victory for a while, so I don't really... I'm still not that concerned. You've lost the quad. But it will mean that they have a unified assault the next time. That is, unless one of them's gone AFK and started crying, which happens most games, as I explained yesterday. I'm getting ready to stealth the second I see anyone. I think that they're done. Oh, there you go. There's someone. So here I'm stealthing, giving myself swiftness at the same time, and then moving up. Because in this way... So here, this isn't very good for me right now, by the way. The tree should be some safety, but I don't know. Oh, my Necro's playing well. He just wasted... This is good. We kill him now. As soon as that cooldown comes back, yeah, we're done. My Necro saved me there. I didn't do very well. You can see how squishy the build is, by the way, just from that. What was that? 2 animations he hit me with? Let's see what we actually got cleaved with there. This is amazing. People, one thing I didn't say yesterday that really makes me think kind of might be a contributor to why I'm so salty is people, it's not just me that hates Rangers. This is like honestly such a gross, horrible thing, and I think it just causes people to get really mad. But it's cool. We just verbal, we rat everyone out with verbal abuse, even though it means nothing, and then you just move on with your life. It's so funny. But yeah, I didn't play bad at all that game. I don't think. Maybe there were a couple of things I did point out. So let's see. What did he actually get me with? Symbol of Blades and Smite Condition was really mostly it. But yeah. He's the Guardian that died in the middle of Shelter because I had an unblockable worldly impact. So you're gonna be annoyed. If you're that Guardian, you're gonna be really annoyed. You're gonna be angry. And I think it just brings out the worst in people. We know you hate us, Rangers. Yeah, that's why I've joined you. Look, it's good. I do. It's disgusting. It's the most disgusting build. Sikkim, Valen, Sikkim is the greatest thing in the world, though. Sikkim is like really pisses off basically every thief. Thief would actually be a reasonable counter to me, though, so I've got to load that in. You've got to get the Sikkim's in there. Sikkim's amazing. How do you feel ending 4th? Couldn't win with B teams, not A teams. Yeah, I think we were pretty shit, to be honest. I didn't have high hopes for us at all. So coming 4th, I'm all right with. Obviously, there's that moment where you qualify for a semi and it's like, wow, you could go for gold. No nation on the planet isn't going to get excited when you get that far. But a lot of people made this point. If you'd said to the average England citizen football fan, you're going to end 4th this World Cup, we would have taken that very, very, very happily. People would be extremely surprised. So, yeah, you know, I can't complain. Just because that hope was delivered for a second and then moved away. That was a good little corner there. Just being clear. I'm trying to build circuits between queues. This is what I do now. I'm not actually queuing again because we're going to do the intro to the stream to go do the story. But I'm trying to build, like, interesting Corteria circuits. And I think I've sort of maybe got one here in Queensdale. Good speed the whole way. Some opportunities for tricks. Some good corners. Like, this is a good corner here. And then what we do is we go up through Pinion Trail. You avoid the dodge tutorial because it puts the goddamn pop-up on. That's literally the one really annoying thing about this entire course. This bit you might want to save a boost for. You notice I slowed down a lot. But as soon as you get over this hill, it's basically all pretty speedy after this as well. It's weird because in my mind I remember a hard left here at this cave, but it's not really a very hard left. I took that quite badly, but rough terrain, if you jump the right way on that, it's pretty good. Here, if you jump over this, you can, and not hit a tree, you can use the slope of that. And look, you've got some nice little narrow areas you go through, lots of little tree dodging. Corner at Claypool. It's pretty good, right? This isn't a bad course, I don't think. And then you loop again. I saw, by the way, Boots is on my channel right now on Balance with Boots, which I just put up. And if you guys go have a look over on his channel, he's got... that was the weirdest segue I've ever given. Basically, on Boots' channel... What? Well, how is that bugged? Look, it's the Earth Elemental. Oh my god, the beetle is so horrendously broken for LODs. Did you guys see that? The Earth Elemental was back from the start. You see all this dust as we go through these. Basically, what that is the game's not got time to anticipate the speed we've got. So what it's done is it's loaded the door in back there. And the door's a dynamic object that can be closed. And then it's realized, oh no, but the state of the door right now is not closed, it's open. So then it's opened it, and there's an animation that plays as it opens, which is that smoke, because the idea is it's been destroyed. And so that's why you can see, like, there's dust in the weird doorways and things. It's wherever you see these dynamic objects, because the beetle is just too fast for Guild Wars 2. It can't handle the LODs and whatnot. Pretty interesting. There I really messed up going through the orchid. And I've really messed up with this boost. And that would have been what happened with the Earth Elemental. Anyway, Boots is a really good beetle. I think he's the #1 all time now, and he's filmed it for the one beetle adventure in the game. He's like #1 all time. Kind of nuts. Oh, I'm going so fast. I'm traveling back in time. Yeah, what is it? I'm not really a big Back to the Future fan. It's 88 miles an hour, isn't it? Something like that. Yeah, Boots the beetle riding esport pro. That's his full name now, and I hope you guys are all well aware of that. All right. So yeah. Anyway, you guys really wanted a bit of the Soul Beast gameplay. I couldn't have asked for a better game, really. Usually they go awfully. None of them focused me properly, so I just got to run around doing whatever I like and showing you sort of what the burst is like. So anyway, I am now going to go get some coffee. Some water as well, so hopefully this headache goes away as the stream goes on, and we're going to do the story. Now there is going to be a 200 gold giveaway. What I'm hoping for, and you guys might want to ping them in Discord, is a mod to appear in chat. If a mod appears in chat, then we can do a proper keyword giveaway. If not, I'm literally going to pick a random person at some point in the stream and just dump you with 200 gold, because being professional, it's great. All right, so that's basically the idea. I want to see the Earth Elemental again, but I don't know whether I've got the speed. There it is! Look, look, look. So I wonder if you go enough times around in this game, you could take some pretty ludicrous screenshots. It's not going away. Is it a fog thing? Should it usually be hidden with the fog? No, I'm at 77. That's so weird. I wonder how else you can bug the game to get interesting screenshots like that. I wonder if you can do that at any of the other world bosses or tutorial bosses, like the worm. Huh. I don't know. I quite like that, though. That's kind of cool. Speed demons. All right, guys. I will see you all in just a moment. And I'll see... yeah, that's it. I don't know. I've got nothing else. I got nothing else. See you soon. right, cool. So I got the tweet. I got everything sorted out. Hello, everybody. Hello. I did just see Rav is in chat. Oh, God, I didn't just start auto-playing the iPlayer, did I? Don't want to rebroadcast some BBC stuff about the World Cup final. Yeah, let's see. Let me scroll down. Wait, I swear I saw Rav in chat. Wasn't Rav in chat? I responded to him, didn't I? Yes, hello, Rav. Can we do the giveaway? Can you do a keyword giveaway? Do you know how to do a keyword giveaway? There you go, sweet. Oh, God, he's memeing it up. All right, so listen, guys. If you want to win 200 gold today, all you have to do is buy a can of delicious Sprite Zero for that chillin' mix on your hot summer. Okay, I don't know what their actual thing is. Type in chat, ! Praise Joko. That's it. That's all you have to do. However, the giveaway is going to be much later on the stream. So you don't have to rush, or if you don't anticipate being able to make it, then oh my God, there's a lot of people entering. We're only just starting it, guys. You only have to do it once on the stream. I'm probably going to remind people on a few occasions. So if you Christ, I'm just trying to scroll through it all right now. So if you did it already on one of the first ones, then you don't have to worry about doing it later. Okay? Cool. Doug said, did I notice my subs from yesterday? Which sent me into a frenzy trying to figure out what broke about stream labels, and I figured it out. So I can now look. All right, listen. This is, yesterday we didn't really stream, but a few people subbed. I just want to give a major props and thank you to those people. So let me just say, first of all, a second ago, Rico Chico, 14 months in a row. Dude, you're a god. Thank you so much. Rico Chico using Prime there. So if you guys are happy about the 200 gold giveaway, the streams and stuff, don't forget Prime exists. It's a free way to give a sub. If you haven't done it to anyone this month, that would be really awesome. But yeah, so what we got Rico Chico, we had Rav 10 minutes ago, thank you very much. We had Arkan Knight 5 minutes ago, thank you. We had Aleel's 1991, love seeing these return names. That's 22 months in a row. Dog 20 minutes ago says, so whose side were you on today, WP? England's oldest mortal enemy or England's newest mortal enemy? I really don't know who I was rooting for more. No one in particular. I just wanted to see a good game of football, to be honest. I know that like the thing you should do, I guess, is I should want, and I'm in no way tipping which team actually won in the end. But going into the game, what I should have wanted in theory is Croatia to win, so that we don't feel so bad about getting knocked out by them. Does that make sense? But I mean, I don't really care too much. The French football's been really entertaining to watch. In a funny way, I kind of like seeing France do really well. So I'd quite like, and we know throughout the entire tournament they've been a powerhouse. You know, one thing that people kept saying about the England squad is, oh, they're young. They'll figure it out as they go. They're young, they're young, they're young. And like the French squad is younger than ours, and like utter world class. And it's just kind of nice to see like that their youth institutions and, you know, the things that country outputs are good. Because I just like the thought of someone having a bit of a grim face that was a lever, basically. But yeah, so I don't know. It was a mixed bag, and to the game itself was pretty fun. Anyway, so what else we got? Elakora, do 1 more month to a shiny badge. Indeed, you're almost a year, Elakora. That's awesome. Naratu 49, thank you very much. Mozzie Me doesn't say how many months. Mozzie Me. Naroji, a tier 2 sub. Hype. One of the rare ones. A tier 2 sub. Thank you so much, Naroji. 16 months in a row as well. Alotis says, yay, 11 months. I can almost smell the 1 year. You got 2 of you racing for that. And that was it yesterday. That was it. So, but anyway, I missed those yesterday, and I'm really sorry about that, guys. So, to those couple of you, thank you. I mean, most of what I just said out loud happened today. Oh, I just mentioned Prime, though, and a couple of people joined along. Yeah, Amazon Prime. Twitch Prime is a thing. So, thank you to Lightfinger85, Mr. Soldier Sauce, and Kazen Joshi. You guys, you three, you're awesome. Always meta for World Cup? What do you mean always meta for World Cup? What's wrong with that? Hey, KC, it's good to see you in chat, dude. As a German, all I can say is happy someone spared us from months of unnecessary... I think you're trying to say hubris. It's funny. A lot of people in the Spud Club Discord. Well, not a lot. No, definitely. I've heard it on maybe 3 or 4 separate occasions now. Or maybe not just in the Spud Club Discord, but in general, Germans who are happy that you went out early just because you don't like how celebratory people get. I swear I've heard that from maybe 3 or 4 different individual Germans. You don't like the shots of your country going wild and pouring beer all over one another? You don't. One thing I've found quite fun is seeing, like, I assume Americans online going, ew, why would you pour beer all over yourself? That's so unsanitary. And just shit like that. It's like, come on, lighten up. But I can't think of many countries that rank higher on the list for germophobia than the United States of A. So I suppose it's to be expected. Yeah, it's really a problem. I mean, UK is well known for its football hooliganism. So what can I say about that? Oh, there we go. Let's go to this. Off topic, but would you consider it's your most popular video? How do you feel about the remaking the WTF No Healer? I don't care about remaking it, but I have thought about pulling it. I had a random comment. What was it? I might have talked about this on the stream already. It was about a month ago, where some guy. I mean, that's my first ever video essay. It's 8 years old at this point. That's my first ever one. It was couched in... I still agree with the premise of what I was saying, but the way I said it, I knew within maybe a couple of hours of that video going up, certainly a couple of days, certainly the months following it, that I wasn't really too proud of the video, and that there was some weird logical mistakes in there, and that it wasn't, you know, a perfect video. But I learned a lot from that. I learned a lot about video essays. I learned a lot about how dealing with negative feedback. That was my first, like, significantly disliked video and stuff. But for whatever reason, that caught on with YouTube. You know, controversial videos and dislikes often contribute to the success of a video, and that's a great example, right? So, you know, I've come to terms with what that video is. It's 8 years old. It's really not a reflection on me or my capabilities or even my philosophies and understanding about game design these days. It's not. But I leave it there because I don't like this, like, deliberate omission of things as times go by just to paint myself a little bit better. I mean, in small spades, everyone's going to do that. But, you know, that's a big part of the Wooden Potatoes history, I think. That was not only one of my first videos that didn't do too that wasn't received very well. It was one of my first big videos ever. It was one of my first forays out of just moving out away from Let's Playing Guild Wars 1 and doing a pure discussion-oriented piece. Just literally, there's nothing relevant in the footage. It's just, hey, I'm going to talk to you about game design. That's it. And that's just my brain and my brain attempting to engage people and excite people. That's it. And, you know, for a lot of reasons, I think that should stay. However, to get to the point, about a month ago, some guy left, like, this really angry comment where he was like, I wish I hadn't watched this. You've gone down heavily in my estimation of you. Unsubscribed. I think you're... and something like, I think you're an idiot now or something. And I was like... I like, saw this guy's comment. I was like, wow, this is... it's so funny to see that if you watch that today in 2018, it will still feel as fresh as it did when I made it in 2010, even though, you know, that's becoming distant history for me now. So I have considered pulling it. I started this whole rant. I know I got a bit off topic and started talking about how it wasn't, but I have considered pulling it on many occasions. And one of my most recent ones was this most recent month, because I wonder if it does. I mean, that was a guy blatantly saying this damaged your reputation, which I think is really foolhardy and stupid, but if it happens, it happens. You know, I can't stop it in any real way. I probably drifted a little too much there. So, I don't know. I would never remake it, though. I'm just not interested in that topic enough anymore, I'm afraid to say. I'm not interested enough in what a kid on the internet had to say 8 years ago, either. Me, you know, to follow it up. If that was like some new video that had some prevalence or importance, I might do something. Hey, K's no Senshi. Hi, WP. I've been watching your content for years, and you're the first person I've ever subbed to on Twitch now. Keep up the good work. And you just donated to me. Thank you, dude. That's so lovely. Wait, when did you do that? A minute ago. Oh, and that wasn't a Prime sub or anything. Dude, thank you very much. What do you mean you've been watching me for years? When did you first start watching me? Thank you, dude. That's really, really cool. Yeah, lots of people praising Joko. You win 200 gold if you praise Joko. I wouldn't engage in such pathetic memes, but one of my mods wants to, so we're gonna do it. That's right, Rav. Feel bad for helping out. That's right. Yeah. Spread the upset. I meant more like if you went back in time to 2011, how would you redo it? Okay. Well, I think the biggest problem with it was there was one specific line that just sets off people's rage, and I think it was the whack-a-mole line. I was describing the idea of playing the user interface, and how ArenaNet were trying to move away from just playing the user interface. And when it comes to healing gameplay, you're clicking the party, especially for Guild Wars 1 version of it, you're clicking a person in the party window, and then you're clicking a hotkey, and then you're clicking another person, and then you're clicking a hotkey. And sometimes you'll have like an AoE one, like heal party or something. And I was trying to talk about that and how it just feels like whack-a-mole, and it's a very, very simplistic experience. And I think that's a valid argument, but it's only a very small piece of the full argument, because there's actually a lot to be said in the engagement and joy you get from playing a support character, and there are ways to be a support character without playing whack-a-mole. And what I did is I think I presented a sense of a false equivalence, or maybe that's not the right term, but basically the idea that you could only be a support if it was whack-a-mole, and whack-a-mole is boring, so Guild Wars 2 is moving away from it. And that wasn't fair. You can do it without playing whack-a-mole. I'd say Guild Wars 2 has a lot of methods of supporting, doesn't feel like whack-a-mole. Some of the historical chrono builds revolving around distortion share and stuff in Fractals have felt awesome in terms of the different ways you can support, that you can ball enemies, that you can provide reflects, that you can avoid massive tails for your team, that you can buff people with huge boons. That's not healing oriented at all, and it's certainly not hotkey based clicking party member stuff. Now granted, Guild Wars 2 moved to a very stack oriented gameplay style by not having direct player targeting, but still that one element in the middle of the piece was poor. And people really took massive issue with it. And I got a bit upset because yes, while that argument is poor, I think the spirit of the full video and the thrust of the full video is intact. I think there was a lot important to say. But because I couched it and hinged it a lot on that specific part of the discussion, there we go, we bugged it again. Because I did that, I think it created a really annoying thing, that the fallacy or whatever it is, I don't know. Where there's one mistake and so people deride the entire thing. And by the way, it wasn't some universally hated thing. It was good enough and well received enough that it convinced me I liked that format of video. And what are you looking at right now? I mean, most of my streams is that kind of airheaded, arrogant, my opinions mean something bullshit that really spawned from the response I got from that. So, you know, that dictated my style in a big way. I realized there's big views in just talking. That sounds really cynical. No, it's not the views that I care about, but there's kudos, and there's places you can go by talking. You don't have to be let's playing all the time, is what I'm trying to say. That a lot of people just want to sit down and chat about games, and they don't care about the here and now of a specific moment in a story playthrough. Did you catch the Deepstone Fractal Guild chat in the end? No, my only experience of that so far still is watching it mute. Because I think an England game was going on at the time. So I was watching that while I was mute. Oh, you just reminded me about the skill pins. I've been so depressed this week, and now I think about last week and the week before. And I was doing really good. I was really happy. I was really feeling pretty accomplished. Lots was going on. Ugh. And then it all started when I didn't win those skill pins. That was when everything went bad. I want to do one more loop just to see if I can bug it again. And then we're going to be going for... we're going to be going to do the story, I promise. Anyone else want to say something in chat just before I move on and we start playing the game? Anyone? If anyone's got anything they want to say... Views equals golden gems. Yeah, that was what it was all about. Guild Wars wasn't out. Guild Wars 2 wasn't out at that time. Gems, I don't even think were announced, but sure. Yeah, this is Kourna. What are you talking about? Look, I'm on the roller beetle. Driving pretty poorly, but still. What do I think about the thief builds? The thief buffs? It's over buffed. It will get nerfed after a while. What more is there to talk about? Who cares? I know that benchmark post just came out, so everyone's like, oh, we have to talk about this, but I've never really identified with it. There's a hilarious comment, right, where SC have done, you know, pointed out that the change with Condi Berserker, it's been hit hard. And there's just like this complete random in the chat, this rando asshat. No, there's this guy in chat that basically says, quotes SC and about the Condi Berserker, says, what the fuck, ArenaNet? How can you do this, ArenaNet? Like it was a specific, deliberate, targeted idea. And then SE have to come back and say, well, actually, it was more that just, you know, the golem number was inflated from before, and now there's a nerf on top, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, people just... Why are you in these conversations if you don't understand the perspective of what, you know, how things get inflated with golems and stuff? It's just such a beautiful little conversation piece that happens there. How this crazy rage and upset with the game is built out of this very particular specific scenario that people have no understanding of, and yet they'll go and cry about it on the internet anyway. And it just encapsulates, it's like microcosm of what happens every single time a benchmark post comes out, and it's beautiful. It's truly beautiful. Major props and kudos to SC for always being very clear about stuff like that. You know, when a number was unnecessarily inflated and realistically it doesn't matter, and yeah, Necro might be looking low, but incompetent hands, it can do stuff. They have those disclaimers there, and they do a service to the community, but people are morons. I mean, there's not much more they can do, to be honest. Because my ignorance is better than your knowledge. People have had enough of experts, that is true. I've certainly had enough of experts. To be honest, Thief is not overpowered. It depends what you mean by overpowered, but overbuffed is absolutely, I think, fair and very safe statement. And it doesn't matter. Who cares if one build is overbuffed for this interim balance cycle? I've gone through so many of them. I raid 2 hours a week. It's not important. It doesn't have any real impact on my life, I'm afraid to say. I'll probably play a bit of face rolling DD Deadeye stuff to help my team get through on the next wing, and not the next wing, sorry, the next time I play a wing, which will be on Wednesday, and that's it. There you go. I see you got the armadillo screen again. Any special reason why? I just had the gems for it, and I thought, you know what? I have never bought one of those special skins, and I quite like it. I wanted to see how it feels. So yeah, I picked it up. All right, let's go to Kourna. We are on the right character, right? We are. So we're playing Condi Soul Beast, which is nothing like that PvP gameplay you saw earlier, but we're going to jump in and see how we feel. It looks like an acorn. It does a bit, doesn't it, with the dye? Yeah. I can't wait for the study that proves reading Reddit comments makes you depressed. I think it does. I mean, this is a whole other conversation I won't get into because people will be bored by it. But Reddit is a fascinating thing because the upvote system, as useful and incredible as it is, it also gives comments a sense of authority and purpose when they have none. And that's what's so beautiful about it. That's what gets people so angry and upset and galvanized by Reddit comments, because when you see a comment that's in the positive, and especially if it's substantially in the positive among its peers, but you don't agree with it, it's a very real thing that happens there. It's easy to ignore a forum comment. It's easy to ignore YouTube comments. It's easy to ignore these more traditional avenues of internet discussion, but Reddit and forums get it too as well, people saying this post is useful and stuff. It's that illusion of authority that is everything. I mean, everything positive and everything negative about that website, and it's super cool to look at. Yeah, so we're gonna basically be playing the story here, guys. So my graphics are really low today. It hasn't even affected the frames very much. Fine, we'll buff it up again. I don't know what the frames will be like, but let's see. Let's see how my PC deals with the heat. Best appearance, let's go. We're going to turn that, oh, not subsample. We're going to turn that off. We're going to turn the SMAA off. We're going to turn the shadows down to just high. And we're going to put the culling to low. Oh, excuse me. But aside from that, we'll min that. We'll turn off the native depth blur. Aside from that, I'll leave it as it is. So we lost about 8 frames there, I think that was. Something like that. Here, in this static area. But it might start looking really horrible. I've just got to, like, clean a lot of things up, as you've heard about 6 streams in a row now. And then for audio, we're going to... Oh, we're already looking pretty good. Oh, you guys might not have been able to hear the game at all very well there. So you should be able to hear it reasonably well right now, right? And we'll buff it up when the character voices go on. But yeah, so welcome to Kourna. We're going to do a brief map tour, and then, well, we do story, and then we're going to be doing Gandara. So let's head on in. Hey, Goric.
Good, good, you're here. I just confirmed a suspicion I've had. Oh, this is big. Very big.
How big?
Well, you see, Petey, my beetle, the one living under my skin that I was talking
Correct. The commander knows who Petey is.
He hasn't been eating. I was getting worried. All living things need nourishment.
Petey jumped out from under Gorik's skin and ate all our plague samples, and then guess what? He grew bigger! I mean, not crowd bigger, but a little. So now Gorik thinks he can grow Petey big enough to ride, plus eat scarabs.
I don't think. I know. He'll be the best beetle Steve ever. I just need a few items for the last mutation and incubation.
If you say so. Tell me what you need.
I thought you'd never ask. I have a list.
Oh, we didn't even conclude the last one. Alright, well, there you go. Hi, Rhoda. Can I ride it around the map? Yeah, I'll probably ride the beetle a lot around the map. I don't really mind.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm behaving.
Wait, what did Tommy say? I got distracted by chat. Yes, audiobooks are coming back. Yes, the LP is coming back. There's just a lot going on with the Kourna release, and this past week I've not been very productive. That's it. Don't worry, it will be there.
Commander, if you think of it, tell Petey I'm proud.
Wait, did he just change his dialogue because I now have the Beatles straight away? Is that, have we sort of skipped ahead a little bit? But yeah, right, so we got 3 tasks. We've got to go assist the Corsairs. We've got to investigate the claim of scarab eggs in the farmlands, and we've got to make allies of the local Heket. Let's just read the recap of what happened here. Tami, Gorik, Blish, and I determined that an army could only reach Gandhara in time by using Blish's stolen portal technology. I sent Blish and Tami to set up the portal in the desert. Meanwhile, I went to ask the Primeval Dynasty for help. I traveled to the tomb of the Primeval Kings and convinced Queen Dala and Queen Nala that Joko's threats were real. They promised me command of a ghost army to fight Joko and the Scarab Plague. I met Blish and Tami at the site of Blish's unstable portal. As Blish set it up, a malfunction sent his arm to the other side. I found his arm and also several awakened. With its built-in stealth, stun, and tribal electrocution capabilities, I finished off the awaken and identified a likely site for our camp. Blish's arm proved highly useful. As I cleared the nearby outpost of Awakened, it will make an excellent staging point for our army's assault on Joko's fortress. Kanak and I planted bramble walls, bombed siege engines, and destroyed barricades to weaken the Moon Fortress's defense ahead of our army's arrival. I defended the portal area as Blish sent battalions of allies through. Once the whole army had assembled at our new camp, I addressed them, assigning roles in the upcoming battle. And now we gotta go do this. That didn't even segue in very well, and that was kind of weirdly written. It's like internally they knew that they had each like phase of the instance to do. Remember when A Crack in the Ice came out? We saw a bit internally how they structure stuff. It feels like they just wrote a line of story recap for each one. Anyway, the DOF feels really heavy right now and weird. But anyway, we're gonna go north to south on this, just because that feels most natural to me, even though I think there's gonna be a lot of looping back to the camp anyway, and it doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, the Ghost Army, very did you mention the non-potato emotes are ugly? They're Guild Wars 1 skill icons. They're for the GW1 fans there. Yeah, the contemplation of purity. Yeah. Angadoran's great gaze is awesome. So we're going up to Palawa's Benevolence again now here, and now we're gonna get a lot more story at this town that we visited before. Where we really get to interact with the people. We'll do some similar tasks to what happened last time as well.
Stay back, all of you. It's not safe.
Joko's probably gonna punish
You
us for
can't
even
starve
living in
us
the
like
village.
this.
These crops are the only food source we got.
Calm down. The Sun Spears are here to help us.
Commander, good thing you showed up. This is getting out of hand. I think the crops are contaminated with scarab larvae. But these people are starving, and it's all I can do to keep them away. They're on the verge of rioting.
Tiny, did you hear that?
Loud and clear. Hold for Gorik.
If they're in a larval state outside a host body, they're second generation. Joko must be testing it out there. We have to hurry. He may only be hours away from unleashing a third-generation epidemic.
Understood. But the people here need to harvest their crops. Some of them haven't eaten for days.
No way to save crops. You'll have to burn them. Good thing it's only second gen. Local problem, not global.
All right, so here we start hearing about the generations, which is very new for Guild Wars 2. Another cool like expansion of the Scarab Plague idea. I like a lot.
Keeping my eyes peeled. It's touch and go here, Commander. Not gonna lie.
So, yeah, what we got to do is burn the crops, which is what we did with the heart already. Same technique, same stuff I already talked about. You walk into them. Oh, we need the fire, obviously, first as well. And you see which ones rustle and have the plague out. So, they suggest, like, 3rd generation. I can't really remember. What specifically is it about 3rd generation that's so bad? The 1st generation are bugs and eggs that live in your skin. 2nd generation can exist outside of a host. 3rd generation is what really bad we get, but what precisely? It's that one we can burn. And we're just going to slowly work our way through here, picking them up. The source also subbed and said, I still want a laughing potato smiley. A laughing potato smiley? You mean like an emote? How can you make an emote laugh, though? Just like a cheery, happy, open-mouthed face? My description of it there sounded really weird. What's up, Comet Warrior? It's good to see you. Thanks very much, Nexitar, for the sub there as well. You guys are doing quite a few of those today. Thank you very much. And another one, Don GD. Love your content, dude. Keep going, including non-Guild Wars 2 stuff. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate that. And non-Guild Wars 2 stuff, as always, is on my mind. Flaganti says like this. Is that laughing, is it? Is that laughing? That looks like that guy's, like, being a bit smug, I guess. Smiley, that man is an old guard of forum generation. I know, the smiley isn't an old word, is it? People still use smiley, don't they? I guess emote became the thing more. Smiley makes me think of MSN. Do you guys want a nostalgia bomb here? You're getting messages, guys. Alt tab. You're getting messages. Go, go, go. Alt tab, people. Your 15-year-old girlfriend is waiting for you. You gotta, you know, get those messages and quick. Don't worry about RuneScape. Alt tab. There you go. That feeling of them in a quick succession is like is really, really trippy to me, because it was always, you know, you'd have like 2 or 3 conversations going on at once.
I don't understand it. According to these people, one day these fields were healthy, and the next...
Scarab larvae don't just appear overnight. Someone must have planted those eggs here.
The Sun Spears have been using the village as a waypoint for our messengers. Joko's people must have found out.
A few nights ago, I heard arguing outside Sabile's house. Wonder if there's a connection.
Sabile? He's a pillar of the community.
I'm on watch here. Would you talk to him, Commander?
1v1 me on Minesweeper. Yeah, well, that was a bit later, but you could eventually play mini games and stuff with people, couldn't you? Why isn't your 15-year-old girlfriend playing with you? I would go to jail for this now. Yeah, well, change my potato cam? Yeah, okay, all right. It's been a while, hasn't it? We've been on the Vampire for a while. Let's shake it out and let's go to let's go to this, because I haven't used it for ages. Like when was the last stream we had that? Honestly, the ghost face. When was that? There are some better ones, but yeah, let's go with that. She goes to a different school. The AOL dial-up sound when connecting to the internet still triggers you. Really? Triggers? Dial-up noises I'm vaguely nostalgic about, but not too much, because it's not that I wasn't alive and like kicking during a lot of dial-up days. It's that we never really used the internet much at that point. It was mostly other people at it, so I wouldn't hear it so much. But that experience of picking up the phone and hearing the dial tone and being like, oh, can you get off the internet, please? I've got to make a phone call. Yeah, that's the thing. All right, let's... Wait. We're going to go into the building, don't we? Hold on, what mistake? Oh yeah, we go up this way. A lot of bad memories with that sound. It's definitely triggering. Okay, so we're gonna speak to Sabille. Here he is. Hello, my friend. Oh, hey WP, thanks for putting that reminder about the Guild Wars 1 sale. Finally picked it up and loving it so far. Dude, that's awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. A lot of people picked that up, it seems. A lot of people. And I'm really happy about that. Hyper Arena Net saw that there's good money in even token updates for an old game. You know, just remember that you have products to push. And I hope that it was somewhat worthwhile for them. And that it just means a continued, like, slight glance effort back to GW1 over the years. But we'll see. Alright, Sabille, hello.
Please, don't come any closer. My wife isn't well. She needs to rest.
Sorry to hear that. Heard you had an argument with someone just before the scarabs came. Everything all right?
It was Dr. Tassin. I caught her coming back from the fields in the dead of night. Draw your own conclusion.
That's not a Hitler moustache. That's a Charlie Chaplin moustache, okay? This bit was really messed up, but you enjoyed it. The Plague Doctor was a nice touch too. What, is like a theme thing? Yeah. The idea, by the way, someone said this story was short. I didn't feel like this story was short at all. At all. I feel like it was completely on par with the other ones. Maybe that's just me. So here we immediately get the green dot that tells us where this is. I would have liked if there were lots of green stars here and we actually got to explore and look, because it's a funny thing with Guild Wars that there's always a lot of great detail in the small areas that is utterly lost because everyone plays with max camera zoomed out, max FOV, speeding around on mounts. And this is an opportunity to just bring us in, a bit like what I was talking about with one of the early Sylvari story steps in the no skill challenge. There's a percentage like eating from this bowl. Like, wouldn't it be cool if we could interact with this to see if that was plagued somehow? But no, it just, you know, players won't tolerate anything other than just give me the ability to press F and move on. So there you go.
Scarab eggs. But where did she get them? Wonder what's inside the house.
Alright, I think we're going to have a lot of dialogue here. Someone said, I'm new and the hearts are getting boring, so don't do hearts. I'm getting, there's going to be a lot of dialogue here. So just while this goes on, just a little reminder for people in chat. We are giving away 200 golds at some point during this stream. It's a keyword giveaway. All you got to do to enter the giveaway is type ! Praise Joker. Is it Praise Joker? I think it's Praise Joker. Or whatever it is. And so you can do that and get in for 200 gold. If you did it already earlier, you don't have to as well. And I know I'm going to trigger a lot of spam there, but there's going to be a lot of dialogue here anyway, so it's not like we could talk a ton anyway.
Stay away.
Love the sound effect on this.
It won't be long now.
Dr. Tassin? I heard you disappeared.
Good deal. Betty thought I'd be dead by now. Tried to make sure of it. Thinks he's avenging his wife.
His wife? The one who's ill?
Ill? She's dead. Loyalist raid 2 weeks ago. She was run through twice. I couldn't save her. And now I'm dying of scarab plague. What do you know? Gotta hand it to Sabille. Don't know how he did it. I've barricaded myself in here. Scarabs won't be able to get out. I can't hold on. It's...
Did they not put the voice effect on her death gargle? Anyway, so yeah, that's the doctor with the plague. The plague... Alright, okay. Anyway, so we move over, the revelations. And we see, how could you do this? What is wrong with you?
You had one job. Bedeck your wretched little burg with scarab eggs. One job.
Majesty, I deserve whatever punishment you see fit for failing your brilliant plan.
Suppose I'll just have to turn to some of your loyalist neighbors. Perhaps they won't waste my time, unlike some people. It's like you don't even want to see your wife writhe again. Why are you making me hurt you like this?
You're right, sire. Kill me, please. Without her, my life is meaningless.
Oh, my dear little cabbage. Your life was always meaningless. I should make you crawl all the way here, just so I can put you in my fun room. It's ever so cozy. Actually, maybe I will awaken your wife, and then kill her again so you can watch. Maybe I'll slice off little bits of you and awaken those. It's literally so easy for me. Let me run something by you. What if I gave you more mouths, you know, to scream with? I think I'll kill all the Loyalist wives, and then awaken them, and then we'll all have a party in your house. I should make you crawl all the way here, just so I can put you in my fun room. It's ever so cozy. Actually, maybe I will awaken your wife, and then kill her again so you can watch. Maybe I'll slice off little bits of you and awaken those. It's literally so easy for me. Let me run something by you. What if I gave you more mouths?
Alright, so I'm pretty sure we're looping right now, right? I'm pretty sure. I thought that it lasted a little bit longer. But, yeah, okay. So we're looping. So, yeah, we're going to come over here, break the statue.
That's enough of that.
You heard him. He's got more Loyalists out there doing his bidding.
I'll deal with it. Don't go anywhere. The Sun Spears will decide what to do with you.
Where would I go?
Yeah, I thought he had more lines too. I swear that there were some lines there that I didn't hear. I thought he had some more. Maybe it's changed slightly. But yeah, I mean, oh, what a cool scene, honestly. You can just see how everyone's a victim. It's not like, it would have been easy for ArenaNet to be like, well, Joko needs some allies and some loyalists, so let's just have some evil companions for him who do his bidding in his name, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, at Path of Fire's release, they kind of do that a little bit. But what you see here in Kourna is even Joko's accomplices are his victims and are just being bullied and coerced and manipulated and just robbed of everything. I mean, everything to make him meet his ends. And I think that was a really, really cool... It makes him so hateful, and you really, really, really want to see the stakes before the end of this episode. But yeah, so we get a bonus opportunity over here. A little bit of the Lore Book UI wasn't used much this release. We still haven't seen them really tap into this, I don't think, just yet. And I really want them to, because I want the development efforts, the one behind it, to truly pay off. But anyway, Sabille, leave your wife. She's dead weight, and we have business. We'll meet you on the road south of the farms. Our master's unhappy with your progress, so he sent us to make sure all goes as planned. We have some more of the special eggs he wants delivered. A few in each house should do the trick. Be swift. He expects much of you. Alright. I don't know why the option dialogue is gone there. There you go. So, yeah, now we got to stop Joko's other loyalists by going just outside of the town, which is over here. Someone said something earlier that I really wanted to respond to. Yubba Like Rava says, Yo, WP, what's your thoughts on the game? I don't think I've ever had a broader question thrown at me. I think it's a cool game. There you go. All right, so this triggers an event that you can do. This was actually one of the brief moments that bugged for me right when this all came out. So, not sure about with you guys, but yeah, kind of did. We got to kill all of these guys.
Get the Outlander.
They're not actually going to jump me, are they? I know they just spoke, but I want my short bow back. Interestingly, we're basically on a Condi setup anyway, almost. Right. Let's drop this, this, D-Soul Beast so he can do his own stuff. Oh, they destroyed Condi's Soul Beast with Poison Volley. It's so bad now. Oh, wait. There's more than just raids. That was kind of hilarious. So we get 5 spare parts, and now we want to go brief the scout. Who was I rooting for? I actually already answered that on the stream, so sorry. If you want to go back on the VOD, you'll see me talk about that. How do I feel about the universe? Now that's less broad though, because it's like, well, you don't know my opinions in general on the universe already. I think it's a cruel, cold, unforgiving place that is unfathomably vast to the extent that none of us could ever truly understand. And more people should attempt to understand, though. There you go. That's what I think about the universe. It's too empty, and it's probably true that we'll never be able to explore even the tiniest, weeniest, ittiest, bittiest little fraction of it. Scout Anissa.
I've gotten to the bottom of the situation. Dr. Tassine locked herself in her room after Sabille infected her with the plague. She didn't make it, but she did seal the place up from the inside before she died, so the scarabs can't get out. You ask me, she's a hero.
Oh, no.
Gods. I'll have to set fire to the house just to be sure, and I'll send someone to arrest Sabille.
How's the food situation? I know the villagers have been through hard times, but losing their harvest really has to hurt.
In the heart of Joko's empire, it's all hard times.
Food stock will never last out this war of yours. You make him mad. We're the ones who suffer.
You really want to help this village, Commander? Get rid of Joko.
Man. Oh, so by the way, something really beautiful here. You'll notice we had an option for what to do. We had 3 choices. And where we moved first didn't just trigger... So when I accept this, guns, germs, and steel...
Quite a reward.
Look, we get our 2 options. There's something really cool under the hood happening here. We have the option to decide which of the 3 separate full-like sets of the story we do. Can you imagine that in the personal story? Like, that's cool. That's really cool. We've seen within a story step they've done that before. But not around it. So, a couple of other questions. First of all, the universe thing that I waffled about there, that, you know, the universe doesn't care, blah, blah, blah. It's probably not that interesting as a response. However, to an alien observing humanity, or a historian from the year 2200, 2300, if they could see a quote of me saying that, Mr. Random Joe blogs on the internet, what I believed about the world, that probably would be interesting. So under the right context, all right, that was a valuable thing to say. Someone also said, what do you think about me? Who was it? Who wanted my opinion on them? I can't find it anymore. I think you're a cool dude, whoever that was. There you go, it was Cougar. There you go, Cougar, you're a cool dude. Or a particularly attractive, but a somewhat older lady. That's what I think of when I see your name. Did I watch the tennis? No. What do I think about myself? W-O? Is that, did you mean W-P? Is that a typo? Because P is next to O on a keyboard. I think that guy's a loser. Alright, okay. I was trying really hard not to laugh at my own comment there. But, failed. Alright, let's move on and go to the Hylic, I guess. Sorry, the Hecate. Oh, that makes me really sad that I said Hylic there. I wanted them to feel super distinct. So I was pretty thrilled about this bit of the story coming up because, come on, the Hecate were a big part of Kourna. They were a big part of the Guild Wars 1 experience here in Ilona. We didn't see them at release. And they did an alright job. I mean, we already talked about it on the previous stream. It makes this story stream really smooth that we already did a ton of the discussion. You'll have other Roller Beetle shapeshifts. Do we have a name for what WP's followers are called? I don't know. I've never really cared or cultivated anything like that. Some Spuds, I guess, is kind of a thing since the Spud Club. I've heard all kinds of different suggestions over the years. All kinds of different ones. Whatever you want. It's up to you. I kind of want to log out and back into my DOF fix because it's rendering on the wrong layer right now.
Come here.
But yeah, they are. They're on the ruins of the Dejarin estate. There were a lot of them here, to be fair, already in the past. Oh, what happened there? That's weird. It kicked me off straight away. All right. Hello.
You ask for help, but you won't share food when my people are starving.
I'm not a quartermaster. I'm a forward scout.
Sunspear, as you were.
Commander, this is Chieftain Shapil. Her people are besieged by the Awakened, but she refuses to help us fight them.
The Dead Ones took our best warriors, even Killick, my master-at-arms. We can't hunt for food or fight your war without them.
Chieftain, I'll see what I can do about finding your warriors.
At last, someone who understands the art of negotiation.
Right, okay. Seriously though, imagine if all the knowledge of humanity was passed on through Invitators. Everyone's thought of that though, right? Surely everyone's thought of that. We've all thought of being in some kind of post-apocalyptic scenario where it's just you. This is going to sound really weird. But you're the elder. You're like surrounded by a ton of kids in a post-apocalyptic scenario. And the question is, how do you mentor these people? Like, you have to dedicate the rest of your life to documenting, logging science as you know it. And in my position, that would be like outdated, half-forgotten, half-baked GCSE level understanding of science and things. It would be like, most of what I know, it would be just so useless. Like, oh, I got a lot that I could talk about MMO design. Nobody, we're a long way from MMOs coming back. Do you know what I mean? So like, surely we've all thought about that, what we have to offer. I'm not great with my hands. You know, I couldn't help. I'm not an engineer that could build the backbone and document. So it's like, how far could you get people? Could you teach them about sewage? Could you teach them the dangers of various societal constructs that are likely to come their way over the years? That they, you know, how deep could you go? We've all thought of that, surely. Will be horrible history books be gospel? I think we'd be living in the horrible history again at that point. Wow, he said that really quick. Hold on, no, we missed some dialogue there. He says if you go after him, he'll free the others. But then he didn't really say that. All right, let's go upstairs. You could make bacon. Says bacon's on mine. Could you? Could you actually make bacon? Let's say you've got nothing. You're like the primitive technology guy. Could you make... So that's a question. What would be more important to offer people? Some expertise along the lines of primitive technology or more lofty late stage stuff? Do you know what I mean? And just hope that they'll figure out the early stuff quickly. I mean, the truth is, if it was, if a lot of cities and things were left just broken, it would be a very different world anyway. You'd probably build up quite quickly, just because there's so much to scavenge and learn and look and understand from the remnants of the destroyed earlier years. I don't know why I have the Wyvern on. It's certainly not going to help me very much, is it? On a Condi build. Let's try and stay behind this guy here. Trying to get the pet swap. I forget what I want to do here. Well, he's dead. That wasn't too bad. None of them are really hitting me. I guess it's because they're on the pet, right? PvE. We're all familiar with PvE being on a pet. Yeah, no, we can hit the thing up there. Hello.
Sorry I didn't get here in time to stop this.
If I chose to be religious, what religion would I pick? I don't know. It's never really crossed my mind. I haven't thought enough about it. It would probably be something very what's the word? Ill-defined, I guess, or whatever. Like, it wouldn't be anything where a human, just as fallible and ignorant as me, writes something and pretends to have some authority from a higher power that they clearly don't. So that would rule most religions out. But it would be something that works within those confines. It would probably be some like bull crap like philosophy or how to live and how to pursue a higher truth rather than any hard and fast rulebook. As a human being, I feel I have a sense of morality without it being dictated to me anyway, so it's okay. Culture at large can do that. Shintoism? Is that the thing, really? Well, there you go. Boom. Thank you, chat. You have helped to find one of the great questions of my existence there.
You've brought our hunters and warriors home to us, Commander.
I promise.
Yes, I would follow the Eternal Alchemy. 10 out of 10.
At arms.
Your cause is just. I pledge my finest to your war. The least I can do.
I'll dispatch them to meet Tribune Ritlock on the front lines.
Excellent. Let's all remember we're in this together.
It's not that I would necessarily have to be atheistic. You know, like, that's probably not... The only real smart option there is agnosticism, right? It's not that, you know, especially if you were seeking out a religion. Isn't theism part and parcel of religion, surely? So it's not that. It's just I wouldn't trust the intent and motivation and capability and understanding of my god or gods, indeed, to be dictated to me by another human that has no... That's the point. It's not the existence of one altogether. Those two don't have to be bundled in like that, you know? This is great. Look at the conversation that the desolation of Kourna is bringing out of us. You know? That's quality storytelling from ArenaNet there. This is what they want their audience to be talking about as we go through. Top quality, multifaceted stream. When does the giveaway take place? I don't know. At some point during the stream. Don't know. But if you want in, you just type X. If you guys want to win 200 gold, you just type / praise Joko. If you're not here when we give it away, we will re-roll those. So just be aware of that. This conversation reminds you of your A-levels. Which subject? Hello, Gentic.
Commander, Captain Sly's flotilla is sinking Joko's ships, but we took a critical hit and washed up here.
You're in a plague zone. Dangerous territory for humans.
Yeah, we'd already be dead or infected if not for the ghosts. But there are nasty dead things taking them out, too. If you can kill some ghost eaters and Morton Crescent heavies, we might just survive this screw-up. Oh, and our supplies are washing up. Be ashamed to waste them. Got a crazy idea if you can salvage some. We hauled some cannons up the hill. If you rig something up, we could shoot supplies over the walls to the main camp.
Sounds like just the sort of plan a Corsair would come up with. Let's give it a try.
Oh, yes. Yes. Benji, good point. All right, guys, so listen up. Listen up. Last patch, there was a poison cave on the Sandswept Isles that if you had a Maguma mastery, you could actually survive in a little stronger. Now, we talked about this when that patch came out and how powerful that was and how good that was, but it was too marginalized and, you know, we wanted to see the devs go further. But that's a really, really important thing for the mastery system. Mastering the jungle has actually helped people in Elona. That's the dream. That masteries should be all about that. Yeah? But it was just a tiny, completely inconsequential, insignificant thing. But 10 out of 10 design-wise, and they just needed to push it further. So, we've been thinking, is that going to happen further in the season? And on a recent stream, when we explored this map for the first time, we were at the Hecate area, and if you speak to the Hecate, there's an option, they converse with you, but there's an option where you can respond to them, and then they say, oh, you understand our language, this is awkward, and then you say, yeah, okay, cool. Which is also completely inconsequential and meaningless and doesn't do anything for the game, and doesn't even give us any good information. But we did say on that stream, wow, this dialogue's weird. Is that because I have a Heart of Thorns mastery? And I immediately dismissed it and thought, no, it's not. After posing the question to you all, I then said, probably not, let's leave. And most people in chat also said, probably not, there'd be no way to know, blah, 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 let's leave. However, on the Wood and Potatoes subreddit, so there's two big areas, just I may as well plug this for a second, that we do a lot of discussion about lore, about the videos I make, not just Guild Wars, anything, about broader game, World Cup, all kinds of stuff. If you're looking for a bit of a community, we do have a Discord. You don't need an account or anything. You can join us there. There's a link in chat right now. Just click the link and you'll join us. There's notifications from when the streams go live. We do giveaways over there. You can win gems for using the voice channels. There's LFG. It's awesome. It's one of the biggest areas, I think. I mean, there's probably some other big guilds out there, but for Guild Wars oriented and Wood and Potatoes oriented stuff, it's awesome. Anyway, we have two big places. The subreddit is the other one. On the subreddit, but I think I was notified originally to this through Discord. On the subreddit, there is a post. Somebody came here with the mastery and with an account that doesn't have Heart of Thorns and doesn't have the mastery, and that does change. Basically, what happened here is you get more dialogue from the Hecate if you have been to the jungle. How great is that? So that's 10 out of 10 as well. That's 2 patches in a row the devs have done something now. I'm really happy with it. I just want it to mean a little bit more. But that's so, so cool. So yes, it is actually mastery related. Benji, I think it was Benji, just reminded me of that in chat, and that's awesome. So there you go. Wow, we just had a flurry of Prime stuff as well. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Who was that? Infused King just gave Prime. This was free, and you guys can do it as well. But King, MDAC56, Sebrilix, XXX, Gaia Demon, and Random Muscu. You guys all subbed. Thank you very much. All with Prime as well. Thank you, guys. That's awesome. All right, so we're going to defend a Ghost Eater and a Morden Crescent Intimidator. Okay. Well, we'll move to the green circle. Can't wait to see my reaction. Yeah, I don't know what this Lore Bomb is. I'm quite curious about it. Shit, why did I just pet swap? I gotta stop. I gotta get another Condi pet on. What's a good Condi pet, guys? Honestly. And I'm running Doliac, not Vulture Stance. I reckon I should put Vulture Stance on. That's at least poison, isn't it? So we can do that. I have Scarabs on me. That's kind of gross. What else we got here? There's an Omicron Nightwalker. Do this. So the Raw does 3 bleed. It's not much, is it really? But okay, now we got to fire supplies from a cannon to the allied encampment. So we grab some supplies that are down here in the water, and then we go to the cannon. Put the Condi set on the shelf. I don't know, I'm having fun with it. What's my favorite player character voice line? Oh, what, just like one line out of the entire game? I'm not sure, really. Might makes me right. I don't know. I've got ones that obviously play all the time, but I don't know whether I actually have an opinion. I'm sorry on anything else. There you go, Vulture Stance. Where are the cannons? Oh, they're over here. Hold on. I'm gonna put on Bristleback or Lynx, really. They're good for as Condi supplements. It's mostly that this Ranger has got a low pet variety. Blow the damn gate, Canuck. Alright.
Amazing how far these can shoot.
Oh, I thought there was going to be more dialogue there. Sorry, I turned the volume up. So, and now we're going to return to the first mate. And we're wow, what is going on here? Jesus Christ. Johanna Sorstai, thank you. Sorry that I said your name wrong. New Agrendaz. Is it too soon to talk about the next episode? Oh, well, I think with the conclusion of this one, we may be free to escape the desert for a bit and maybe head to the South Peaks. Yeah, this might be an interesting... If the season is like 7 or 8 episodes, the next one would be kind of an interesting mid-season break to go pursue some other story. I don't know whether they'd ever do that, though. People didn't like the disjointedness of season 3. They're probably very careful of that and want to keep the ball moving. I don't know. Shining Starat, thanks very much to you.
That ought to keep it for a bit. Of course, they'll require reminding periodically. Much obliged, Commander.
And voila.
Now this is a find.
So we're gonna do I'm Brave, you know.
Same here, Commander. The advance on Gandara has stalled. Ridlock needs high-grade explosives on the front. Supplies are exhausted, so Farron took it upon himself to raid an enemy encampment. Now he's attempting to deliver to Ridlock by himself, beyond the walls. He'll never make it.
Damn. I'll head there myself. Try to mop up this mess.
Alright, cool. I'm struggling I'm racking my brain right now. Is there an instance I've completely forgotten about? I thought we were going for the assault on Gandara right now. Is that not correct? Is there something else we do in the middle and I've just totally forgotten? I guess we'll see in about a second. Majored in pain with a minor in suffering. That is a pretty good one. So when is elite speculation resuming? That's a good question. I'll have to talk to Boots about it, but the time is getting close. It would be a pretty good time for elite speculation, I think, probably. We're getting there. We definitely are getting there. How do you drift with the beetle?
The fool is on death's door, and you could have been killed rescuing him.
But I wasn't. And he delivered the explosives we need.
Commander, I did it. The scarabs almost got me, but the day needed saving.
You disobeyed a direct order, Farron.
I had to.
It's true that we're stuck. The bridge towers in front of Joko's fortress make it impossible to approach.
Can't start the siege until they're down. Farron's demolition should do the trick.
I see. Farron, listen. You did good.
For Kryta and Amnon.
Tiny, I need Canuck and all non-human allies to rally at Joko's towers. This is it. We're going in.
You got it, Commander.
Get Farron patched up into safety. Ritlock, hold the line here. I'll lead the charge.
We'll keep the Awakened off your back. Guaranteed.
Yeah, okay, that is it. It's interesting, though, because it feels like that could have been an instance, like saving Farron or something. Again, though, you'll notice that they brought Farron back here in the story, but also have him be a genuine hero. It's not all comic relief. He's a genuine hero. When it came to Heart of Thorn's involvement, it was kind of comic relief. Every single other time, mostly, he has just been a bit of a farce and a bit of a joke. But here, they've made him do something real and good and made us take him seriously. And again, I think this is all setting up for E. Nala and Dala are here, as you notice.
Our army doesn't tire, but Joko's ghost eaters have taken a toll. We fight to draw them away, then strike where they are not. Our survivors are ready for the final push, on your command.
Form up when you see the towers come down.
Does he die? No. I know it feels a bit like a death wail there, doesn't it? But he does not die, no.
You don't look any worse for wear, Commander. War agrees with you.
The biggest test is yet to come.
I feel the tide turning in our favor. My sister and I will be right behind you.
Okay. Is it the instance entrance here? Yeah, this is it. Somebody just said, are we actually going to finish? Because if the stream is only 2 hours, it's not going to be done. No, I'll go extra if I have to on this one. We will finish. We will finish here. On the forum AMA. The forum AMA, do you mean the AFC? Was there an AFC for this release already? Alright. So yeah, check it out. Here we see the weird, like, fake NPCs again. That sort of aren't real, but they're doing it to simulate a kind of a real attack. It works better on this one than when they did it at the start of the release, but it's still a bit off. Anyway, so check it out. Hey, Bram.
Commander, Canuck's trying to sneak the explosives past their front line. Thinks he's back in the Shining Blade.
I like that line. A nice little reminder that it was of the Shining Blade.
What about the towers?
What about them?
There's our opening. This is our moment, people. Let's go kick in Joko's front door. Who's with me?
Look at how cool that was. We get the roar. It's pretty cool. So there are some real mobs mixed in, as far as I remember. Or aren't there any? The FPS might be a bit low at the start here, guys.
Omicron have this handled. I'm with you, Commander.
Oh, this is annoying. This is annoying. I'm trying to... Sorry, I'm trying to... I wasn't speaking because I thought there'd be more dialogue. Let me turn effects way down here because there's going to be tons of combat now. And it's going to be a bit annoying if I don't. Also, something really chunked us there. That's crazy. Which of these two abilities is more important to land for Condi pressure? I guess both are good. Right. Leave Joko alone. What did he ever do to you? Everything. Look, we've seen it in this patch. He's a nasty piece of work. He's a horrible, mean man. And we're not happy with him. I kind of wonder with this moment if we can just skip by without actually applying any pressure or doing anything.
Our awakened friends are scattered. I suggest we get in there before they manage to pull themselves together.
Okay, Kanak, you want us to just move in? So I got 2 achievements that I do have credit for here. One is to listen to all of Joko's taunts. I can't remember where that is. And the other is to avoid all the laser traps. I failed that on the last laser trap last time. The last one, seriously. That's not an exaggeration, the last one. And then it went miserably bad immediately after. So that was fun. You guys okay? You want to keep moving? Do these mummies? Yeah, slowly but surely. Here you go. Sort of do get that sense that we're sort of babysitting a little. I'll use the 3 here because we got a good AoE for that. So just dip into Soul Beast for those skills and then re-release the pet. I'm guessing that's the best way to do this.
Wonderful gate. It would be a shame if someone blew a giant hole in it.
Might want to work faster, Canuck.
Art cannot be rushed, my friend.
Tell that to them.
Oh, so is it deliberately hitting the traps? Is that the idea? I see. Well, I don't know how I'll do. I'll probably not get either again then, because I have no hard and fast plans to do one or not the other. But, yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure. The other problem I had was when I did this before, I was on a Norn, and I don't really play Norn much, so whenever you have to do finesse and jumping on a Norn, it's just like the worst. Why do I have guard on? Honestly, what happened last stream that I put guard on? I honestly have no recollection for that, or why I would have done that. I've got more. I just want to make sure I get the AoE down. Found some heals. I keep instinctively using Winter's Bite as well. I guess I will use guard here. Why not? I keep instinctively using Winter's Bite just because of PvP. The other interesting thing about guard is, I don't know whether you guys know this, but you know how a Phantasmal Defender works? You get that for yourself if you proc guard in Soul Beast mode, in Beast mode, which is really weird. It's kind of like a Guild Wars 1 style bonding thing, you know, like a life bond. You take your allies' damage, you yourself do it, and I'm not sure, has that been somewhere else in Guild Wars before? But it's kind of an interesting thought, you know, that maybe they could make some decent build out of that. But the thing is, it's very low potency. I think it's only 33%. But it is a weird thought that you can go beast modes, guards. You also taunt as well. The next time a big attack comes, you're guaranteed to get the aggro. This guy's doing a lot of damage.
Not funny. Agree to disagree.
Sorry that you're missing a lot of dialogue. In the middle of a fight, fiddling with the audio up and down's annoying since I don't auto-duck anymore. Oh god, we have to dodge. I don't like dodging. That was alright. Yeah, this is okay. I mean, he's surviving a while. But I think he's supposed to be a really big boss, isn't he? Now?
The gate awaits. Commander, do the honor. Just blow the damn gate, Canuck.
Oh, yeah. I remember this. I did that instantly before. All right.
Oh, no.
Her generation.
Quick!
Can't get in that way now.
Force fields won't hold forever. What's plan B?
Leave it to us, mortals. Find another way in. And give our regards to dear Joko. Brothers and sisters! This time we wipe out the plague!
We can't stay here. We'll be whittled away to sawdust.
Commander! There are sewer grates into the fortress. Maybe we can get through one.
Crap! I'm going after him. Everyone fall back to Ritlock's position.
So I was playing a Norn here before, and isn't there an alternate dialogue branch that can occur here? I also did a thing where I followed him so fast. Bram despawns at the end of this bone. And I think that the idea is you're not supposed to be able to follow him too quickly and see it. But like I was stood here and then Bram came up and just disappeared and vanished. I was like, what? But the idea I think is you're supposed to follow quite far behind. And then you realize, and now like you just sort of intuit to the direction he went, which would be to follow him over here. So possibly my favorite part of the entire patch coming up. Now, who remembers what I've wanted for a raid for a while? Who remembers? Oh, guys, they've done it. The madmen have only gone and done it. It's a sewer section, baby. And a proper good sewer section. Who doesn't like sewer sections in RPGs? Gandara, the Moon Fortress discovered. So, as poor as Gandara was in open world, it's awesome in this story instance. You have all that detail with the explosion and stuff, the assault on the bridge. It was all really, really good, really well handled. We get the side entrance as well while the main assault's going on. And look at this. I mean, Guild Wars 1, we never got to go into a sewer below Gandara. This is great, and I love that all these assets have been built. I really, really, really want to see like a Divinity's Reach sewer still. They could do so many cool things, like with fog chasing you and you got to get out, and rising water levels they could almost simulate, like as fleeing. It's so good. And look, there's all the different directions you can go. It's amazing. This may be genuinely my favorite part of the entire patch in terms of exploration. It's my favorite thing from all 3 episodes so far. This has been my favorite place to explore. Look how good it is. 10 out of 10. Super hype. That's not ironic. That's serious. I really, really like it. It's too good. And look at all the small detail that's in here as well. I mean, it's sad because players, gameplay-wise, are just going to zerg through this. But, I mean, look at this. It really feels like a city. It feels like there's a lot that was going on here. There's just no real reason to interact with the environment. Hey, Bram, what's going on, man?
That was reckless, Bram.
And?
And let's go find Joko.
That's what I thought. Can't die. Everything can die. Only question is how.
Where are the Hecate? Oh, were the Hecate not in the assault, even though we just enlisted them as support? I don't know. So here, only question is how. I really was hoping something cool was going to happen here. So the tension and the fear here is that we're walking into a trap. And the writers know that we know that this could be a trap. So they play with it a lot. Bram is aware it could be a trap. The commander is aware it could be a trap. And yet we're walking into it anyway. So open the gate. And oh look, what is this? Is Bram gonna speak? No, I guess I have to press F first. It's me.
Is that me?
Looks just like you. You have a twin? Scratch that. You're a triplet. No, wait. A quadruplet?
So yeah, I remember on the trailer they showed this shot and I was like, oh, who's the blood? The idea is it's our blood. Woo, creepy, creepy stuff. It's very cool. What an amazing touch for 1/9 of the player base. Would have been very cool if, as a ranger, you saw your pet dead alongside you too, whatever pets you had equipped, as you entered the instance at least. But I guess pet swapping and stuff, and it's too much detail to ask for, but it's so cool. Look, there's just tons of our bodies here. And it's really sinister. It's a very, very cool, like, deep idea they go with here. And it's just unsettling. So I thought that the game was we'd follow the blood to the left, but no, the doorway's up here. Another thing I got wrong from the trailer analysis.
What the? They're all you.
I know Joko's sick, but I didn't realize he was obsessed.
I mean, my enemies burned me in effigy, but I've never inspired this level of whatever this is.
So, yeah, awesome animations and stuff, obviously. Yeah, and I had a very real moment when I was in this room and looking at this.
Can't imagine a worse way to die.
Where I realized something. When Bastion of the Penitent came out, I applauded them for the tone of it and, like, the subject material. And I said, oh, it's just such a shame that the main storyline hasn't, like, unified with that tonally, that Guild Wars is all over the shop, really, and some of it feels very Guild Wars 1-y still, and like Bastion, and it's not unified. And I had a very real moment where I came in here, and there's a pyramid here. Like, this is literally a pyramid. A torture device where you are lowered down onto it, and it splits you up from the inside. It's really gross. Really, really, really crazy. And I remember seeing that in Bastion and thinking, oh, but the main story never touches this kind of stuff. And here it is, like, it's touching it. It's like, you know, I couldn't ask for more. It's literally, like, exactly what I've said I want. And so, yeah, you know, this is bang on with the tone. Joko is messed up and scary and, you know, freaky. Are there any mods in chat? Dead Zella asks. I don't know. Are there any mods? Speak up. On the other hand, if it loads your model and your pet as you load the instance, it'd be kind of weird to have a pet line there that's not your active one. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at when I mentioned pet swapping. And not just pet swapping, but changing the pets entirely.
Looks like I died painfully. Over and over.
And over.
Yeah, sorry to everyone who was eating. I like the, like, vaguely pooey looking texture that's on the ground as well there. Okay.
I'm gonna be ill. Commander, take a look at this.
So there's a signet ring
of some kind.
An ancient skill signet. I didn't think anyone used these anymore.
So that line, we may as well talk about it a little bit. I've seen a bit of discussion about it on the internet. Obviously, we do use signets in Guild Wars. There's a weird thing going on in that, like, way before Guild Wars 1 came out, the idea of us having 8 skills, they were loosely pairing it with the idea that they were rings, and there were, like, vague notions towards that, and signets of capture and stuff. It was all like that's why signet is a skill class, because the idea is you'd have a ring on each finger or something like that. And it was never really developed that heavily, but elements of it came through in Guild Wars 1. As far as I remember, it was never directly talked about in lore, but the inferences were there. And then Guild Wars 2 came out, and we moved even further away. I mean, any one character can have ungodly numbers of skills now, up to 50, 60 skills at once at any moment. So, you know, the whole ring thing is obviously not anything at all. Even gear, we build rings, and it's different. But Signet is still a skill class. It changed from being a skill that costs no energy to use to being a skill that has a passive and an active, and the passive goes away while it's on cooldown if you use the active. So you sacrifice one for the other. A bit of Guardian design there as well with the F2 originally. So, so then we hear Bram's line here, and a lot of people are going to be like, what are you talking about? I still use signets as skills. But I think what Bram is trying to touch on is something that's never really been fully talked about in the lore before, but it's kind of those early Guild Wars 1 roots and stuff, I think. Benji just said something amazing in chat as well. I wonder if, similar to Carla's bonus dialogue, if we get the bonus dialogue off of the Ossa ring off of Joko's finger cuff. Yeah, I love that thought, and I kind of want to do this instance with Joko's finger cuff, and there's all kinds of little things like that. What is a signet really? It's like a symbol or a mark on a ring. So like a signet ring is a ring with a nice big flat surface for which you can put like a seal or whatever. And I think, isn't the idea that that would be stamped as well? Maybe? Maybe? In wax? Is that how wax seals are done with signet rings too? Is that a practice or not? But yeah, I think that's the idea. So every time you see a signet, it worked better in Guild Wars 1. The art doesn't work so well anymore. But the idea is that's like a pattern on the front of a ring. And like the band you see in the background, that's like a ring. So you see that crossed band. You see all that band diagonally? I think that's the idea. Yeah, there you go. You use signets for wax imprints. Yeah, see, I'm not a total moron. Okay, cool. There you go. So we get a special action here, and it looks like a ring with a signet on it. Can't quite look at the pattern, which is a shame. But question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. 13-second cooldown. What does this do? Focus on the ring to activate its hidden power. Is that a reference to... Oh, I didn't talk about the Pillar of the Community thing as well. Which is a giant PvP meme and then appeared in the story here, and I'm wondering whether they were nodding to it. Anyway,
It's all an illusion. The signet ring dispels it.
Oh, thank the spirits. They're just regular dead people. I mean, you know what I mean. No one deserves this.
So the question is, why would Joko leave the ring to dispel the illusion in the place? Does he anticipate that? Has he built that into his scheme? Are we still walking into a trap? Who knows? But yeah, you can see now that they're just dead people. They're not us. The ring
over here.
The ring also reveals this. This is a cat of nine tails, and it's a part of Joko's like emblem or insignia, and we're going to be playing with these a lot. So we press F, and it spins.
Is that right?
And what we got to do is spin it until the pattern is correct. At which point we can go through. Now this like crazy visual effect you will have all stream basically now, because we're just going to keep spamming this. There's never a reason to not have it on, which is what I thought mechanically they were going with.
What's the point of traps you can see?
Deterrence, maybe? Think it's fair to say Joko's been anticipating this.
So he's just playing with us? You disarm them. I'll cover the rear.
Here's a question. When was the illusion placed on us and how? What, are you thinking like a Lissa thing, maybe? I don't know. That's a reasonable question. I kind of want to run like lots more heals and things on this because I'm not in the mood to fail this over and over and over again on this stream. So I don't know. Oh, did I mess up? I may have missed one of the emblems already. Oh, no, okay, that's fine. So yeah, that's the idea. We're going to be going through trap corridors like that. And, oh, the wing buffet was pretty good, you know. I quite like that. That was good. And good. Spinning the cats.
Better have a straight-up fight than a bunch of tricks and traps.
There, by the way, I think they kind of have Bram say that because obviously it's in character, but a lot of players think that way. A lot of players aren't interested in any nuance. A lot of players just want to spam 1, 1, 1, 1 and kill things. And ArenaNet knows that, and they know that people feel that way. Whenever there's like something that they got to focus on a bit more, they don't like it. They don't like story and stuff. So they kind of have Bram be that.
I invite you to the biggest battle the world has ever seen. And you show up with one idiot Norn. I feel like you're not even trying.
Left my entourage on your doorstep.
Oh, I know. They'll be my entourage soon enough. I hope you feel at home. I spent so much time preparing for you. Nice to have a reason to break out the crystal. Enough waiting. Joko's bored. Let's pick up the pace.
I'm with the Lich. Enough screwing around. Can't wait to get my hands around his bony neck.
Alright. Having Bram move through so quickly kind of rushes you out of this room. I feel like this would be a cool place to put an Easter egg of some kind. But I guess not too much. It's really sinister, the idea that Joko is so comfortable just talking to us here that it could really mean that our friend, you know, he's not distracted at all by the battle that's going on. And it...
Wait. I don't trust an empty hallway.
Think it's an illusion? You're the one with the fancy ring. I'll hang back.
Oh, yeah, the crystal thing. Oh, there's a ton to talk about the crystal thing. So, I played this co-op. The other person I was playing it with said, "What crystal?" when I was playing it with them, and I was like, "What do you mean?" And she was like, "What crystal?" And I said, "No, that's just a phrase. Break out the. He means get some fine dining and stuff out. You know, just like glasses and cutlery and things." And she was like, "Oh, okay." And we moved on, and it kind of registered with me a little bit. Okay, that's a bit of a strange term. I wonder how many people will get confused by that, because it's kind of is it overly colloquial? Maybe is it, you know, a bit too specific, and in a fantasy world with crystals and stuff, is that a bit weird? And didn't think about it anymore. You know, just going down a dumb rabbit hole that probably not many people care about. However, This is about to get really interesting. On the forums, somebody left a comment. I don't know whether they made their own thread. I don't know whether it was buried within a thread. But they left a comment and said, hey, what's going on with the crystals? To which the dev said, fine dining, come on, what you lot talking about? To which someone responded, perhaps it was the OP, this is stupid, that's clunky writing, you should be more careful about that stuff. Internet know-it-allism, people offering unsolicited advice, much as I do constantly on these streams. Somebody did it on the forums, to which a disenfranchised, upset, whatever, annoyed, irritated Jessica Price then takes to Twitter and writes a vaguely cryptic tweet about it, pissed off that she's being schooled about her job and suggesting it's because she's a female in game dev. And very quickly after that, Deraw does his tweet, and she does a big global one. So that's another side of the story, by the way. It all came from this line with the crystal dining thing. That was like one of the things she was really annoyed with. Again, I did very poorly in my recap to talk to people about, but that crystal line kind of started the whole thing. In fact, most of her anger was directed, I think, very initially, right at the start, towards that comment on the forums. I mean, she was an incorrigible bitch to Inks a little bit before that, I think, to Jebro earlier in the month, countless times over Twitter. So just generally an aggressive, horrible person. But yeah, it paints a fuller picture of all the different little things that built up. And then you had the other side of stuff on the AMA, which I talked about, you know, the big walls of text and constant responses. So, yeah, the crystal line, that was like one of the big things. I'm glad someone just said in chat that happened, because, yeah, I almost forgot to point it out. Right. Hey, Joko. Should we hit this laser to be taunted by him? Should we go for the achievement? I guess it's dialogue, right? Let's do it. Is that one of the taunts? Did that work? Okay, so let's spin the cat. The devs do an interesting thing here as well, by the way. I'll just note. Well, we need to spin that again. But what they basically do here by putting this is they telegraph to you to use the signet, thus making you realize the laser beam is there before it even has a chance to hit you. Which I think is poor design, but personally, I think they should let you hit the first laser. I know there's an achievement to not be hit by any of them, so maybe that could have been restructured. But I think you should hit the laser while it's invisible, and then be like, oh, this, and then you hit the signet, because it doesn't kill you. And then you hit the signet, and you realize, oh, there's this going on. Then you walk a bit further, and there's the cat. Like, I think that would have... Because this gives the player a chance to actually realize how much damage it does or how it interacts, instead of this version, which has you preemptively jumping over them and not sure what to expect and blah, blah. I don't know. Anyway, it's my thing. Let's spin this. So it goes blue and it lights blue. That's how you know it's done. And the blue persists even when the signet's off. So, yeah. Now this one turns on and off even though you have the ring. So you spin the both of those. This one's like a rainfall, a waterfall, and you got to find the right route to walk through, like so. That one turns on and off in full. Should I be hitting all of these? Are these? Should I hit one now? How does it work? Does it every time Joko moves? Do I have to?
Maybe let the Norn try.
Okay. This one?
Oh, keep trying. You'll get it eventually. And don't mind me, I can wait. I only have eternity. So luxurious.
Just keep hitting it till you don't hear any more dialogue. Right, okay.
Can you describe how that one felt? Please give details. Quality control is an iterative process.
Quality control is an iterative process. Yeah, I don't think I've heard all of these. I did hit quite a few of these lasers, I must admit, though. Oh, I accidentally finished the room. Well, I'll get more later, won't I?
Awakened.
I need to hit a burn trap and a frost one.
As a party favor, I'm sending you my favorite awakened. Look at this guy. Look at the sinews on those legs.
Alright, so we kill this guy. My god, fiddling with volumes is so annoying. Alright. None of those are stun breaks. The 3 instant activation abilities, none of them are stun breaks. I knew that, obviously. Not part of the game.
Time for the second favorite awakened.
So the Signet, I don't think ever really. Oh no, there's some fights later where it will interact with the bosses. I almost told a porcupine there.
Third favorite. 6 feet tall. If I'm being honest, this one was always a bit of a disappointment. Which reminds me, remember that time you left me in the domain of the lost, rotting in a cage?
Invigorating. Accelerate.
Volunteer number 4. Actually, you know this one. He followed you instead of me when you stole my army.
Exhilarating.
Oh, and then you impersonated one of my archons, and then half of my army literally into the mouth of a dragon.
Strength of the pack. We become one.
You know, you haven't even thanked me for the entertainment I've provided.
We're coming for you, Lich.
Why do I even try? I must say, the Ghost Army was a fascinating surprise. Not that it'll matter, but it was a nice touch. Oh, and Norn, just curious. Can you even spell epidemic?
I'm gonna rip your head off!
Didn't think so. Press on. I'm just around the corner.
I really hate this guy.
Alright, okay. I know I was really quiet there, but basically what would have happened is I'd want to start talking about something, and then immediately Joko would start talking again. And then we'd be like kiting the mob. So I thought we'd just go through it. There's a ton to talk about there. One thing that I really don't like about this patch, I'm not trying to be a total Debbie Downer all the time, but there's a lot of information I want about Joko that this patch just doesn't go anywhere near giving us, which is kind of annoying. And this is a good example. The Ghost Army was a fascinating surprise. He just says the Ghost Army. Like, that's Nala and Darla, man. Like, that's prime history and excitement and, like, what happened with the Scarab Plague back in the day and stuff. Can't you give him a second to just riff off of that and be like, oh, those fools, Nala and Darla. Like, even remotely suggest that you have a history with those ghosts and those people, but no, they don't. And then the other thing I don't really like I mean, this is funny. Oh, can you even spell epidemic, says Palawa. And I get it's funny, and people find it very hard to question the funnies, but like, stop doing this with the Norn. And then he just says, I'm gonna rip your head off, and he says, I didn't think so. Hee. Stop making the Norn dumbasses that are just there for comic relief. It really, really winds me up. It's funny, but it's to the detriment of they will never be cool again. Not at this rate. The Norn will never be cool again. They will never be respectable again. I just... So anyway, but it's you know, the nitpicks, they're nitpicks among what otherwise is really fascinating and cool. Also, I don't know why I'm running Rampages once, so I'm going to put Entangle on just because, hey, why not? It's only on a minute cooldown, so I'm fine with that. Right, you want me to hit a fire trap? I already did, so
Oh, I understand now. You're trying to set off all of them. You're a completionist. I love your passion.
Okay, that's a 10 out of 10 line. What? That's really good. Oh, that's too meta. That's too good. What a line. Oh, that's so badass. That's great. Hey, Gorkum, it's good to see you, dude. Thanks very much for the sub, man. Gaming Sarcastic as well earlier. Devo808. Oh, that was great. Okay, well, I'll keep going. I'll keep hitting him.
Oh, look, my little muttonhead. You have a magical signet ring. I thought you might find this refreshing after traveling to that dreary desert. Oh, look at you. You're like a little frozen treat. Till cold preserves organic tissue. You'll thank me later. I thought that would smell good. You know, like a s'more or something. That's actually revolting. Oh well.
Well, we went down there, and that's sort of my bad, because I think it cut the dialogue off. I guess the fire traps hit way harder than the others. I was about to say that it feels like the traps have been nerfed from when I was playing it. But I think it's just that the fire traps are, like, much heavier hitters.
Oops.
Okay, oops, he says.
Oh dear. It looks like you left some skin behind. May I have it?
My god, they put so much dialogue in this. So much. The fire traps are kind of annoying to get all the dialogue. Alright, I think we've done the fire traps now. Ice trap we might still need to do some more. We'll have to OOC. It's taking so long. It's like PvP OOC out here. And maybe lasers we gotta hit some more as well. So we'll see. Lasers he seems done. I'll spin this for a moment. Water? Ice? I don't know. It's what other kinds of traps you got? Thoughts, guys? Remember when the community said visual clutter was annoying? I mean, it's supposed to feel claustrophobic and stuff, though. I think it's in a deliberate service of something here. It's annoying when it's not. You think that was all the dialogue for that section? Oh, it's done. Okay, so why don't I have the achievement then? It's not listen to all of the taunts in every section, is it? Because then we fucked up, because I've already gone past them. So I hope that's alright. Oh, we can go through there straight away. Beauty. That one only takes 2. Move out of that. Got to get this right here. These aren't going down. Oh, there we go. Went that time. Diagonal. That's open as well. Oh, I walked forward slightly too far. 2 turns. It seems like it's 2 turns every time right now. They're off. I'll just wait here for them to turn off. Oh, mind you, they're chills, so whatever. So by the way, that section, the first time I did it, I think I missed the original set, the original spin, so I had to go through the room like 3 times, and I just started dying constantly. It was horrible. Unless I'm thinking about another one. Okay, Royal Watchdog. Interesting name. How did that brake bar go down? What did the Aboga do? My god. Yeah, stay with me here, because I want to AoE you, please. And Bram, where are you? Ow, what's going on with the pressure? My god. Okay, counter-attack's fine. I'll stay back with my short bow and take it away. That's what you want. Oh, come on, bugger off, man. The game's probably too loud. I'm sorry, guys. In combat, the game's going to be too loud all the time. Oh, there you go. Captive audience. We got it. All right, sweet.
One of these statues is the real Joko. Can you solve my little puzzle? I'll even count down for you. 30, 29, 28, 15, 14. This is taking too long. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know. Oh, for Joko's sake, I was kidding.
I don't really get that bit. But yeah, the bones. The bones are very cool. You're right. And I think that they do the CC-oriented stuff because they know... ArenaNet forced you to have a heal skill with Guild Wars 2, but they never forced you to have CCs. So there's a chance that they'll have some people who don't understand CCs and break bars or build craft still, even at this point. So they have to put the bones there for them. I guess. Which I don't say that cynically. I think that that's actually a nice use of the environmental weapon system.
The sound of heroes approaching. The pitter-patter of little boots.
So yeah, scary. Here we go. We know we're getting close. We're coming to the big chamber. Remember the room from the trailer?
He should be here somewhere.
Alright. Oh, apparently if you ignore Joko and just walk through... Oh, that's interesting. So, this is a pretty cool room. I like all the tar. I like the roof. I like everything about this room. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's a shame that everything we're about to witness isn't at the Bone Palace to me. But Gandhara's a cool place to do it as well, frankly. Just the fact
it's warded. Got to be a way to shut it down.
Sorry, the door is warded. You'll notice, by the way...
Wrong. Maybe try to rearrange them?
You'll notice here that this is Orion. I don't think we're supposed to see a resemblance or care. But it's sort of an Orion-looking door. But yeah, alright, so we come through here. And we've got his full emblem here now. And you get to do some spinning. A bit similar to what we saw with the last patch, where you press an F on the ranged... you know the puzzle I'm talking about with the lasers. The cool thing about this, though, is they've made us interact with the emblem so much now. We sort of know what we're building, even though we've not formally been told anything. So you can just kind of imagine quite quickly, and it feels good. So there you go, and then lastly... Did I mess this up? Did I really mess this up? Are there multiple configurations here? Oh, I need to use the signet.
Panels are all different. Now you can solve it.
Oh, I completely messed it up. That's so stupid. I totally didn't even appreciate that this was a mechanic. I must have been spamming this so hard the first time I played this. That I didn't even really consider that it would have had an alternate pattern on the real thing. That's cool, though. That's such a cool twist. God, people are being really mean in chat today. What's going on? Getting in on that Schadenfreude. So there you go. WP lost his touch. Yeah.
Is that right? I think it's Joko's stupid emblem.
And then we want to turn this one here.
You did it.
There you go. I would have just thought that pressing the ring made you allowed to press the buttons all together. Not that there would have been two patterns.
I hope you're not mad about the whole tricked you into thinking I was Iberu thing.
On the contrary, the attack on Balthazar was the greatest military victory of my career. No matter who led it. But Joko bids me confront you. I cannot but obey his will.
Yeah, sorry I'm not perfect instantly. Guys, my bad. I need to turn guard off. This is so stupid of me. Like, honestly, so stupid. Yeah, maybe I do miss a lot from playing co-op, you know? I think that could be a thing. But right, so what was the mechanic in this fight here? The Beast Marshal howls for her broods. Fine. So, yeah, she's back, by the way. I did talk about the dialogue there as well, though. Seeing Aranko again was great. Especially considering right before this patch came out. I get that she has a break bar that we're going to have to break. In fact, we could use the bone. Do we want to? I literally have, like, short bow 5. I mean, the Wyvern has the buffet. So let's do that. Let's buff it. Bone. Yeah, baby. Oh, it's just a single bone enough. Oh. I mean, how cool is that? Honestly, there you go. You get to see it in action. Yeah, we've just been doing some streams right before this. Christ almighty. She proper mullers me. I need a stun break. I'm going to turn guard off. Do you think we can OOC? Since she just... Yeah, we can. What do I want to stun break with? Lightning Reflex is as good as anything. As long as it doesn't throw me back into a laser. Let's get the Iboga back. I'll let it do its spores and stuff. Oh, look, they very cleverly put bones everywhere. In fact, that's even more... I was talking more about the hallways, but the bones are even more convenient in this room than they are elsewhere. Okay, there's no point me... I was going to use the Beast 3, but then I cancel cast it after queuing it. But it didn't matter anyway, because obviously Aranko went underground. So she's leaving that corner now. Probably get a good torch for. Break bar's up. Can't do any damage. There we go. I mean, the encounter itself, the quality of the encounters at the moment is so good. They're so much better than what we used to have even just one season ago, I think. I mean, it really is great. Over here again. I'll grab this bone that's next to me preemptively. I'll de-beast mode as well. Oh, hello? She's already stunned? Fine, I guess. Trying to stay behind her. She's down again. Preemptive bone. I think the traps in the corners... Never mind, she didn't move. I think the traps in the corners are a bit weird. Like, they're very easy to avoid. I just found myself getting hit by one there. She's still eating me. Go away, Aranko. There you go. Down she goes.
The greatest military victory. You know what? I'm glad she's dead. Someone's not getting reawakened.
It's clear.
Yeah, so Aranko basically saying, hey, it's cool. Like, she's not a mindless thrall. She kind of liked following us.
Where is he?
And it's sort of true. What has Joko done that's positive for the world or truly victorious after enslaving Ilona? What's he actually done? Aggressed peasants, put people down, punched downwards. That's all he's done. And yet the commander comes along and uses these forces for some actual incredible feat. And I can imagine a like frustrated, a high-ranking awakened that's kind of annoyed with the status quo. It's a shame we have to take her out in the end. Could be a cool ally. By the end of this patch, just imagine leaving this patch with a prominent awakened ally for the rest of the story. I know they're adding a lot of characters on, but imagine that. It'd be pretty good.
How disappointing and honestly unexpected. I thought you would present better. The commander of the pact, hero of blah blah blah, rendered useless by a glorified parlor trick.
No, you don't. Give him one for me, Commander. Ugh!
I will, Bran. For you and for Timey.
That's your ace in the hole. Morons so besotted with you, they're willing to sacrifice themselves. Haven't enough people already died for you?
Show yourself, Joko.
With relish.
Alright, please no more dialogue. Please let me talk to the audience, please. Yeah, I walked back in because it annoyed me that you can walk back in. This should be a hard barrier. This just feels weird if you can do this. I don't know. Maybe that's a bit picky. You can also tell how tempted they were to mention Tibble or Siren or something there again, but they've done that so many times that I think it's fine just to say how many people have died for you. Not many recently. ArenaNet, to be honest, you were very kill-happy way back at launch, but not too many recently. But yeah, we're going to get some real grade A stuff from Joko here now. This is the showdown.
And that's what it's all been about, eh, Commander? You and I, two comets on a collision course. War, plague, gods, dragons. I've seen them all. They come and they go, like the tides. But a worthy nemesis, that is rare indeed.
Cut the monologue. Let's do this.
By all means.
I love how casually I just stand next to him while acting like what I really want is the big fight. Man, comets on a collision course. All that it takes to win my heart if you're ArenaNet and the story team is to talk about like celestial bodies and stuff. That's all it takes. But yeah, all right. So let's Condi the hell out of Joko. Oh no, he moved down my binding roots, you bastards. You guys couldn't really hear that.
As one.
So hold on. Okay, so basically.
Oh, Commander, you do know how to flatter a lich.
Alright, okay. It's really hard to hear him now. Where does he actually go during this phase? Right, so the phase itself, scarabs go all over the floor. I love this idea. Just it's a damage over time while you're on the floor, but reminds me of like Tomb Raider 4 Running Away. They talk a lot about like the Egyptian style stuff and tombs and things, and I like this. I don't know. Makes me think of the mummy and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, you can hide on things to get out of the pressure. Joko speaking, you might not have heard that. Let's just listen to it. A historic moment. An historic moment? Isn't it a historic moment? Anyway, whatever. When I stood toe-to-toe with the destroyer of dragons, the executioner of gods. Listen to how, like, big and fluffy the dialogue is. It's so good. The greatest villain in the history of this world. That's my line. Oh, Commander, you do know how to flatter a lich. I may have to do that several times if you guys can't hear it very well. Anyway, so the idea is when we trigger this, we can see that in the middle there's something called the Will of Joko. That we're going to have to CC. So let's wing buffet it. There are bones in the ground as well. I love how rude I was about players who rely on that, and now that's what I'm doing. It's great. You notice his flavor text as well, immortal. Pretty cool, right? So yeah, he healed Steam. Does he heal if you spend ages on that phase? Is that a mechanic at play, I wonder? Let's just go full here.
We have this time together.
Oh, I should have stayed for the torch 4 there. That was a bit silly. Gonna create a gap.
The Nords never miss fun.
No, I guess not.
A question. Do you love pain as I do? Live this moment. Sensations lose their savor.
We heal as one.
One yearns desperately for something that can cut through the
Accelerate.
pain is always be calm. But 'tis better to
Alright, let's kill this guy. So there, his dialogue was basically about how it's taken so long, and, you know, it reminds me a bit, a lot of people talked about Altered Carbon to me, which was a mediocre sci-fi show that nonetheless looked really promising at the start of its run and then went off the deep end quickly. And that reminded me of Altered Carbon a lot. I beat people because I have a pet.
I expected more.
Well, I'm only a ranger, mate. I don't know what you want from me. I'm really scared that you guys can't hear me.
Oh, look. Your Nord's crying.
Is he crying?
We heal as one.
Oh, it'd be so cool if they had him emote crying right there. That would be so good.
I've indulged in a few calculated fabrications to bolster my live.
Okay, so next, he's got these big walls that do tons of damage, and you need to use the signet ring to find the safe zone, so that you can then get over and take out the Wills of Joko. I don't know whether the walls respawn frequently, because we always had it done, like, within the first wave. But, I'm not sure. Again, how good is the fight, honestly? And the sound effect, by the way, on the wall. Listen to the sound effect. It's so good. Just this really scary, friggin' screeching noise. Almost walked back into it there. There's one more. If we're quick enough, we should be able to get this next one. This fight takes way longer playing single player. In a lot of ways, co-op kind of ruins it a bit because it's so much faster. You don't really get to enjoy the fight so much. There you go, he's at 40%. Oh, he should have stayed in for geomancy.
While we're having this little chat, who traces you? I mean, really?
We heal as one.
Wait, what? Did his dialogue cut off there again? Is it because we're hitting him too hard? Sorry if we're hitting him too hard. I don't know what to say. It's kind of annoying.
It's an honor to die by Joko's hand. Usually, I delegate.
Usually I delegate.
I remember you being taller and better looking.
Yeah.
It's falling. Everyone knows knows I can be killed.
So now I'm trying to get the dialogue, and
maybe that's one of those fabrications calculated to bolster your myth.
I see.
Heal as one.
Alright, I'm probably just going to stop fiddling with this now because it's just going to be too annoying. There's too many mechanics to deal with all at once. I guess the scarabs went away. The damage over time has stopped. Well, there's one. Is the hole in the wall always the same? I hope it is. Why am I dead? Hold on, what? What killed me? I hope the wall... No, it's not the same. I'm getting defeated. What killed me? Bloated plague scarabs. I guess they exploded. Oh, that sucks. It's because if you're watching the footage, right, what's happening here is about 20 times in this fight, every time Joko starts speaking, I'm having to alt-tab. Literally, I'm constantly alt-tabbing out of the game. Just so that you guys can hear the dialogue, because ArenaNet have made it really, really quiet. I'm going to stop doing that, because it's just annoying. It's probably annoying to watch me having to completely disappear. Let's do this blind. Yeah, baby. So, yeah, he's got big bloated scarabs. I guess they exploded and killed me while I was standing on the thing to avoid the damage over time on the floor. And then the wall was slightly off where I died. And I'm not enough time to use my OP pet res. There's going to be another wall spawning here as I pick up this bone, so a bit scary. There we go. So that was the last one, right? Yeah, here we go. All right, this might be the last phase now, guys, so enjoy it.
Grant me your strength, my friend.
Oh, he's got a break bar now. Really? Okay, we broke it with Shortbow 5. I wonder what his break bar does. Joko feasts. There's no walls coming. I don't need to use the Gandhara thing. No, don't. Oh, I almost torched 5 there in a terrible place and for no reason. We could use the Prelude Lash there. Why not? Pet swap. Get that going. 16%. Is he going to phase again? Maybe at 10?
All right. Well played. You've made your point. Let's talk about this.
Okay, so he's panicking. He's dying. One last Condi burst from the merging. And down he goes.
One becomes two.
I think.
This cannot be the end.
What a fight, honestly. What a fight. It is a really good fight.
Whoa.
Especially considering that...
I think you killed him. I mean, I think you really killed him.
Appearances can be deceiving, but...
Alright, so we get to check the body. One last break. So you notice that the Awakened are stunned and dazed. They don't know what's going on. And the question on our minds now is, listen, we know the Commander's a badass. Like, a total badass. And you probably feel like a badass having gone through that. By the way, my compliments to the encounter extend further than just the encounter itself. But, you know, I spent so long talking about how they're scared to just make you do a regular fight. And here, this is a good, high-quality fight. Probably, you know, if you think about the moving pieces and the aspects of this, it's a lot higher quality than anything Heart of Thorns had. Anything Season 2 had. Definitely Personal Story Season 1. Like, it's good, you know. This is just as complicated and intricate and set up and detailed as, like, the Mouth of Morgemoth fight. Well, no, not Mouth of Morgemoth fight. The, you know, the being inside Morgemoth. The end of Heart of Thorns. It's everything, every bit as good as that. Probably some Path of Fire sequences top it, but, you know, it's good. Anyway, so, yeah, he cannot be killed. So the question is, do we think we have the upper hand here? But it's all been an elaborate deceit.
Look, the Awakened. They're in a stupor. They're not under Joko's command. We won.
Did you?
Did we?
The rumors of my immortality are drastically understated. Oh, Commander, you look so disappointed, so impotent. I feel for you. I really do. But let's be honest. You knew in your heart. Fear not. The world will not forget you. The scars you've gouged into it spell out your name for all to see. I confess I was happy to take credit for your victories. But did you ever stop to wonder what that says about you? That so many bought what I was selling. They call me a monster, and you a hero. The world expects Palawa Joko to dare to throw reality into chaos. But surely, no mortal would be so monumentally stupid as to destroy a dragon, the life force of this world. Let alone two, and a god to boot. Perhaps they will finally thank me for luring you to me, so that I may save the world from you. And once you're gone, everyone will flock to my embrace. They will all love me, Palawa Ignatius.
Praise Joko.
Aurene! What have you done? Are you...
Maybe we leave her be. She's got a lot to digest.
That makes two of us.
Commander, you should have seen it! The primeval queens and their ghost army wiped out the third-generation plague bugs. The awakened are all disoriented, throwing down their weapons, screaming, crying. Oh man, what's Aurene eating?
Her dinner.
Okay, but that's not... I mean, there wasn't... Oh, boy. Oh.
It is. It was. Tell everyone to give the Awakened a wide berth. We still have a lot to mop up out there.
Will do. I need some air. Yeah.
Is it over? Oh my.
Great. She's big enough to eat people now.
Do not mess with Aurene.
Is she done yet? Oh, no. No, she's not. Are we really just gonna stand here while she eats a guy, huh?
Well, I'm sure you'll all be happy to know the third-generation epidemic has been averted. Just a bunch of first- and second-gen bugs to deal with out there. Why is everybody so quiet? Oh, look at all these pestilence samples. Jackpot.
Get whatever data you need. We'll be burning all plague-associated materials.
What? Why?
So, in case you were wondering, Joko was wrong.
About me being a villain?
EPIDEMIC! Kabram! He did have a point about you. You do cause chaos. Well, we do.
We are a we, Bram. Like it or not.
Those are my only choices?
Those are our only choices. Come on. We have a lot of cleanup to do out there.
Watch out!
What happened?
Anyone else utterly disturbed by that?
I mean, I really find it I find this hard because there's so much to just be a fanboy about out of everything we just saw. I mean, it's great, isn't it? I just kind of watched, like, with my mouth slightly agape, a slight grin coming out of one corner of my lip, and that's you know, just sitting back and enjoying it. First, the quality of the cutscene is great, right? Because that's an in-engine cutscene, so you get it with all your post-processing exactly as you set up from Guild Wars 2 Hook. You get it at full resolution. It's not blurry. It's not shit. You get the commanders in it. I had a bit of a bug, unfortunately, playing at co-op, where the second player's infusions appeared on Joko, which was really weird. So Joko was like walking around with an SAB infusion as everything was going on. As I first watched it, I kind of knew as he was speaking that he was going to die, that this was his last hurrah. It was just too grand. It was just too epic, too perfect. I would have, and because as the cutscene went along, I got so sure that it was going to be the end. If he had eventually then got away, I would have been thrilled. And so I was getting a bit upset that that was it. And I was like, wow, I can't believe this is the end of the Joko story. There's so much I want to learn. But then, after the Aurene attack and this, like, end conversation, all of a sudden I left this instance thinking, holy, you know, I'm game for this. I'm well up for it. Let's talk about the dragons again. Let's talk about Kralkatorrik. Let's move on. And I think that there's something really important to understand about Path of Fire and its adjoining Living World season. The devs have 3 villains. And what you've essentially seen that they've done is they've given you Balthazar for the actual expansion. They've given you Palawa for the start of the season, or, you know, the early season. And I think the rest of everything we experience now will be about Kralkatorrik. That's my guess. So you get, they're sort of split into thirds almost, I think, in terms of playtime. And that gives us time to deal with Kralkatorrik and then have a big dick segue to Blood Legion, to Cantha, to Kunavang and Shiny and all that kind of other stuff is what I think that they're doing. So it makes sense, actually, that Palawa's out now. You know, it makes sense that they're done with it. God, there's so much to talk about. The mechanism for how they kill Palawa. How do you kill a Lich? There's so much unexplored, juicy territory there, though. You know, like, I was really hoping Bloodstone-related stuff was going on. I was really hoping we were going to hear about a connection to Ore. I was really hoping we were going to hear about Vizier Kilbron. I was really hoping we were going to hear more confirmation about his unleashing of the Scarab Plague before. There's so much Palawa detail that just wasn't given. And this is what I was talking about on a previous stream. I like Guild Wars 1 story threads coming up if it means we get more on them. The Scarab Plague was handled reasonably well in that we hear about the different generations and all that kind of stuff. What did we get on Joko, though? So I hope that current events, that the next episode, the Remaining Awakened, we killed a Ranko here. Is Akolo still around? I hope that the Desolation and the Bone Palace get something. Because, yes, I'm excited to move on from Joko, but have they given us the true breadth of what Joko should have meant? Have they? I don't know. So, anyway, that's what I'm thinking of a lot. And missed opportunities in terms of his what is a Lich. You know, even this instance was flirting with what is a Lich. And I don't know. Here's another side of it, though. Here's another side that I really want to be very clear about. So much juicy detail in episode 1 and 2 and the Path of Fire maps themselves came from side stuff, came from lore books that we got, and came from, you know, voice acted stuff with events and things. And the open world really got to answer those questions. What does it mean to be a Lich and stuff? If they can't do it in the main stories, it's the side stuff that's supposed to do it. And we all know that Kourna's a bit pathetic. I'm sorry. We all know it. It was clearly rushed. It wasn't done very good. And so I wonder actually whether this lore nerd that is screaming for this stuff right now, it shouldn't be upset with the main story. Maybe it's the other stuff around Kourna that unfortunately didn't quite deliver. Maybe that's where the devs are hoping to give us stuff more. Like, think about Siren's Landing. The main story didn't actually talk that much about Ore, and didn't actually give us that much good about Abaddon, and didn't really give the detail that returning to Ore should. But the map itself gave us those absolutely awesome scriptures and all the awesome side content and countless hours of content. And it was the map itself that really slapped its balls on the table and said, "Look at these big lads, we've got it for you." And where does Kourna do that? We had that kind of very sincere apology from Peter Freeze on the AMA about it, and now he doesn't work there anymore. So I don't know. But there you have it. Again, the cutscenes are awesome. Like, who was it that said I look like Dobby? What? I look great. I look awesome. Yeah, I liked how Palawa was even looking at us, even though I'm quite a smaller Asura. If I was a bigger Norn and stuff, would it have worked so well? It's just good, man. It's just good. The post dialogue after the cutscene is fantastic as well. I'm not a big Tiny fan, but I like her. She's like, ooh, what is he eating? Like, that's well delivered. It's cool. Everybody comes along. Kanak's lines are awesome. Is anybody else totally disturbed by that? He gets the last laugh. He gets the last hurrah. I'm really starting to like the characters. It's not all cringe. Some of it's cringy. What's up with the epidemic line and stuff? I don't know about that. It's still a bit campy and... What's the word? There's a term for it. It's a bit... but I'm starting to like him a lot. And the lightheartedness and the jokiness of all these guys coming in after quite a grim discussion about are we the villain works really well. I think that's the point, that the two play off of each other really well, and it's not too much because you just had a very cool thing with Joko. This whole instance was really cool. They're foreshadowing the epidemic nerve. Yes, that's what was going on there. And then the beautiful Final Fantasy moment where, hey, you're in the bit after the main story. You get to actually talk to people, get voice-acted dialogue. They give you the icons telling you exactly where. It's all very well telegraphed. It's perfect. They're getting a rhythm. They're really figuring out how to do story in the MMO. So congratulations there. So we'll just go through the room here. Ready? I'll just talk to everyone. And then we'll see what we think at the end.
So, Commander, the Ghost Army was mopping up when we came in here. They were really enthusiastic about it. But I don't know how long they're gonna stick around before they, you know, ghost away or dematerialize. Before they leave, we should ask the Sun Spears to watch for Awakened coming too, and make sure they don't hurt themselves or anyone else. I mean, it's fine right now while they're all sort of dazed, but what happens when they snap out of it?
I honestly don't know, Timey. But that decision's not up to just us.
I don't understand how someone with anywhere near a remote straight face can say in chat, I want Guild Wars to get more serious. I do too. But to leave the comment for now, it's just joke after joke. That's not true. Have you watched this stream? There has been a lot of brevity and lighthearted stuff, especially with Palawa's dialogue as we hit all of the laser beams and things. But I mean, that was a pretty substantial, long cutscene. They said that took them 6 months to make. That's the longest, one of the longest cutscenes in the game that's done in that style, easily. And none of it's jokey there. As soon as he's down on the ground, they're being real with you there. There's no jokes anywhere in any of it. And a lot of these little bits of dialogue here as well we get, I don't think are too jokey. But I still agree with the thrust of what you're saying, but you've kind of massaged the truth a little there, I think, with your final comment.
Rox, thank you for liaising between the Olmecon and our other forces. What you did was essential to our victory.
My pleasure, Commander. They really are amazing fighters. But they don't let fighting define them. One of the elders told me the wisest thing. Sorry, I don't mean to go on. Anyway, it was an honor to fight with them.
So they're doing a thing with Rox. I mean, we're all very much like, okay, does she like the Omicron? Is she going to stay with them? It's an interesting one because to put her with the Omicron is kind of to have her exit the story. But then you got to ask yourself, what kind of an arc has she had? Have you satisfied people with her? Do you need to as you move her out? I don't know. I don't know whether that's a Season 4 thing. I think it might be a bit later than that. I think Rox and the Omicron thing is more of a sign that we might be getting Blood Legion stuff next expansion than anything else, or Ash Legion, or just more char things, basically. I don't know. Did I see Jessica's comments from 2 to 3 days ago? I think so, yeah. I will probably do another update video. All right, just a reminder in chat before I go on any further. We've got a big lore bomb Easter egg thing that I don't know what it is. People have been telling me to look at, which we'll be getting at it very soon. But also, there is a giveaway going on in this stream. If you haven't entered yet, you're more than welcome to. Type in chat, ! Praise Joko. You can win 200 gold. Literally, this is 200 of my hard-earned PvP gold over the past week and a half. And I'm going to give them on this stream to one of you. So do that. If you're not here when we do the giveaway, though, we're going to re-roll. So if you're going to enter, make sure you're still around by the time we do it. We'll probably do it after this instance. So yeah, one of your last chances to get in on the giveaway. And yeah, while that spam's going on, let's go see Bram.
I don't know why everyone's so skittish around Aurene. Eating Joko was the only sure way. Makes perfect sense. Kinda wish I'd thought of it myself.
So, Bram, like, everyone's liking Bram. I've got to give the devs massive kudos here. gaming community, not gaming, people can be stubborn. Very, 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 very stubborn. And there was a lot of reason to be annoyed with the writers and annoyed with Bram, and whether that's in-universe or out, whether it's the quality of the writing or what. There's a lot of reason, and a lot of people got stuck in that. I see a lot of people saying, yeah, Bram's alright, though. A lot of people seem to like him now. I don't know. I think that idea of doing a lot of patches in a row where you stick Bram as the guy through difficult situations. You give him an opportunity every now and then to be a bit of a hero, but you don't go too on the nose with it. You just have him see shit with you. I think it works really well. One of the things that really struck me about Last of Us in some of its early stories, well, I won't be too spoilery for that game, but I think it's a really powerful thing when you have characters that really don't like each other or anything in common, or just that common ground isn't there, or it's completely withered away, and you just through sheer circumstance they're forced to spend a ton of time together, and if they survive out the other side, you tend to find like this connection. And I don't know, I think that ArenaNet found a way to tap into that with the whole Bram thing. I still don't like what they did with the writing in the entire arc, but I think that they've done well with getting him through. God, I don't like this where I act like I'm some goddamn critic after every little line. But anyway, there you go, there's Bram.
You know, I'd almost forgotten Maureen was a dragon. In my head, she was more of a person in dragon form. Of course, all this is certainly a visceral reminder. I hate to ask this, but do you think she would have done this before she absorbed Balthazar's magic? Or could have? It does seem to have made Kralkatorrik more aggressive, and it certainly changed her somehow.
She's still Aureen.
Perhaps you're right. It's easy to forget. She's always been the granddaughter of an elder dragon. Maybe this is just what they do.
I love the lie. I love the thrust of that little conversation there, but I hate the idea that, oh, she's still Aureen. Let me just be very clear. I feel no connection to that dragon. I feel no love for that dragon. I feel nothing. I don't think it's... I mean, I know that there's a lot of community memeing and, oh, she's so cute. Oh, I'm going to hug her. You know, that kind of bullshit that was going on a bit before. But, I mean, and I know that the commander is supposed to have this telepathic link, but in terms of what is actually quantifiably been put in game that expresses a connection between us, I really don't feel it. So this idea that I have expectations for how she should behave, and now, oh, I'm shocked she's actually a dragon. She's been so nice and wonderful and lovely before, and now she's a dragon. I'm not on board with that. I don't care about that. But the fact that they gave us that conversation with Kanak and like, oh god, she's an elder dragon, and really being clear about that, I think it's cool, because her becoming a monster is like the logical conclusion to this entire area of the story. You know, the whole plan to replace elder dragons. What's that trope? The more you know about the plan, the more likely it is to go wrong. We know everything about the plan. It seems sound. And I think that, you know, the most compelling direction for this to go in is for Aureen to go berserk and us to realize that it is a natural cycle for a reason, and elder dragons are dragons. You know, whether they have telepathy or not. Because don't forget, Glint was a telepath and sympathetic to us, but where do you think she got that from? She was from Kralkatorrik, who presumably would have had it as well. And Kralkatorrik became a nutball, so why wouldn't Aureen? And, you know, those conversations need to keep happening, because that's the story of Guild Wars 2. In a nutshell, that's what it's all about right now. That little thing we just spoke to with Kanak, that's scratching the surface of what the be-all and end-all is. And I think... they were right to do it. I don't know. Someone asked me as well, should they have killed Palawa Joko here in a living world instead of an expansion? I got no problem with that. All I care about is pace and getting information. That's all I care about, as long as it's paced well, you know, the conclusion is emotional and well delivered. Well, you have to understand living world and expansion distinctions. They once upon a time meant something. Why? Because living world used to be running around fixing signs and getting blog post details about Scarlet's true backstory and stuff. That's what living world used to be. I see genuinely, I know this sounds really fanboyish and like maybe not objective, but I really see no distinction in the quality of this instance compared to the Path of Fire ones. There may have been individual beats in Path of Fire that went higher, like the defeat of Balthazar with Kralkatorrik in the sky and all that. There may have been individual beats, but everything that, technically speaking, engine-wise and whatnot, that needed to be delivered here was delivered, wasn't it? I don't think that the Living World team was held back or any less talented than the expansion teams. I don't think. So I don't care. That distinction doesn't matter anymore to me. The only problem with it being in Living World is if it's not paced properly, you know? But we had 3 episodes of build-up. I think this was a little bit quick and the information was lacking. That's why I'd criticize this. Not because it's Living World. I don't think that that's a story that we need to talk about anymore. Living World. And I think that was proved, actually. I think that was settled in my mind that they don't care whether it's Living World or expansion anymore. Back with Draconis Mons. You cannot tell me, after the balls that they had for Flashpoint, to have... I mean, that... Flashpoint is the most epic thing that has happened, probably, in the history of the Guild Wars 2 story. I think that's more epic and, like, just facts, lore fact-wise. I think the scale of that engagement stands above Balthazar v. Krauk v. Us. I mean, Balthazar v. Primordus v. Jormag v. Us, as Balthazar's kind of just been revealed as well. Like, that's a height. That's a beat that... And they did that in Living World, you know? So I really don't expect anything in Living World. Really, expect anything. I don't think they care anymore. It's just in the service of telling the story that they want to tell. They'll probably have some big moment in mind for each expansion, but outside of that, they'll do whatever the story's begging them for. I'm not saying that it was implemented perfectly here. I'm just saying that from the writer's room, it demonstrates a certain understanding from the devs and how they care about this game, you know, and how they package out story. That's what I'm trying to say. And now, at least, I think that, you know, they do have that quality.
Did Blish get his arm back safely? Where is he, anyway?
Yes, his arm is fine. He's back keeping an eye on the rift. He's not sure now that he should have done it. Says maybe Timey's right. Maybe. And we shouldn't go around ripping holes in the fabric of space-time. On the other hand, you can't make science without breaking a few pieces of the temporo-spatial continuum. Speaking of which, there's so much here to study.
Yeah, you can have fun studying it, Goric. I sure wish I could, but we don't get that opportunity. Basically, Expansion's story is Living World's story without insurance of quality delays. Yeah, I mean, it's Living World is just slow release expansion stuff. Like, I've contributed to the community's understanding that expansions are so much more than Living World. But in terms of story coverage, I really don't... I mean, expansions will have headlining features like the addition of mounts, or like fishing, or elite specializations with X, Y, and Z, or, you know, whatever the next big thing is. We will see expansions do that. And, like, so for Guild Wars as a product and gameplay features and stuff, and big revamps and whatnot, as we saw before Heart of Thorns came out, with specializations in general was made for that. You'll see that for expansions, but purely when it comes to the remit of the story, I think it's fair game, guys. I really do. Yeah, I like this guy's voice as well. I don't know. I like this guy's voice. And lastly, we got Aureen, who has fallen asleep after exploding with magic, and is starting to look... I mean, look at this, man. She's been working her shoulders. She's looking pretty good. Getting those back and buys in as well. So... she just gives a cute little weak roar. And yeah. Alright. Are there any mods in chat? Can a mod type in chat? Because I want to do this giveaway. Mods? Any mods in chat? Oh, I just had a really weird moment where I almost clicked stop streaming when what I was actually trying to do was leave the instance. In relation to the shadow agent in Vabi that said that people have never known anything other than Joko, do you think those now going to see the enemy, us as the enemy? We basically attacked and killed their king head on. It's a great idea. I like that idea a lot. I like the idea of us leaving and there's just a... I mean, here's the weird thing as well. The story almost necessitates us leaving straight away, because we have more expansions and territories and things to go to. And there would be a ridiculous power vacuum here. Someone asked me earlier if Kos would be in the story again now, because he's no longer a thrall in theory. I wonder whether we instate Kos as a new... like, what happens... It's the same questions as when Zaitan dies. So what happens with the Awakened now? Are they just immortal sort of things, slowly deteriorating? Was there any kind of maintenance that was needed to keep them going? These are the questions that if Guild Wars was able to produce a full 60-hour RPG about Joko and whatnot, as you'd expect from other mainline single-player RPGs, we'd have those kind of details and some understanding. But it's just completely up because we just got nothing. They've done so little groundwork, really, and so little world building to accompany the stuff we've got here. So I don't know. Have some high-ranking Awakened go into it. I'm sure that we'll have something in the Bone Palace. You know, next release, we gotta have... They've still got at least, what, 3 more episodes? Possibly 4 or 5? Bone Palace, Desolation. Give us a bit of the Fallout, because there is a pretty big vacuum here. And so many important and interesting corner areas to go to. And what about where Kralkatorrik is right now? This seems to be suggestive that we'll get something close to the Desolation again. So, unless they make a move again, I mean... which they could, by the way. Finally, Scavenger's Causeway, baby. Let's do it. I mean, the idea of the end of the season, Kralkatorrik gets defeated, and he's like, peace out, and he leaves, and he flies north, and you're like, why does he fly north? And then they start answer the question as to why he woke up in the Blood Legion homelands altogether, and that goes with the expansion, when we're still on Kralkatorrik, next expansion, and all that stuff. And that explains why so much the media was focused on the Balthazar side of the conflict with Path of Fire, because they didn't want to have two expansions that felt like they were about the same thing. If all of that happens, I mean, there's so much opportunity. But, yeah, what exactly will happen here? That's what people were getting at. I talked about this on last weekend's streams. Why does Living Worlds... Not why. The fact that Living World forces us to not get to truly see the fallout of Kourna now is kind of huge. And it feels a bit empty. Alright, was a mod in chat? Any mods? Yes, Rav. Okay, Rav. Rav, you're welcome to do the giveaway here, guys. Alright, guys, 200 gold. So what's going to happen on the stream now is we're going to give away 200 gold to one of you who has been luckily patiently waiting. Just a quick reminder as well, we do have a Discord where we announce all these good things. We're doing more giveaways over on Discord. We give away gems and things for participation. There's stream announcements. Please do feel free to join. We're looking for more people. Click the link that is in chat right now. It's scrolling really quickly because people are entering the thing. But yeah, so click that Discord link. Join us there. You can get in for more giveaways and stuff. I'll be live tomorrow at the same time as well, just for what it's worth. And if any of you have Prime and want to sub, fine. But, you know, I'm done chilling myself. Thank you for the follows and things. So, do you think there will be another expansion? Oh, absolutely. Whether it's Krauk related, I think is a bit crazy. Like I said, that idea of thirds. Balthazar is a third of the experience. Palava is a third of the experience. Like, if you think of it in terms of arcs, Balthazar had 4 arcs. Palava had 3. And now we might have Kralkatorrik having 4, you know? You could kind of think of it that way. I think that's one of the safest bets at the moment. What's this? Somebody posted a random code in chat. That looks too long to be a gem code. Is someone literally just throwing gems out in chat? That's insane. No, we're about to do a giveaway. And I also need... Valen says, yeah, but the Living World has to set up the next expansion pack too. You're right, and I think that's a very intelligent thing you've just said. However, let's just remember what Siren's Landing did to set up the next expansion. Let's just be very clear. A half-baked 1-minute segue where we get a vision from the Eye of Janthir that shows the desert. I mean, that's all they did. There was really very little lead up outside of that. When we saw Balthazar left in Flashpoint, we had no idea where we went, and it was a complete segue random patch. So just the fact that they were so cavalier and blasé about that has completely eliminated my desire to... I would like to see a slow, intelligent, substantial ramp into the expansion that's clear where we're going. I'd like to see that. But given how they handled it in Season 3, just for the surprise of going to the Crystal Desert, that was nonetheless gutted by the leaks anyway, I think that... what's the point in speculating? These devs don't have a history of caring for that stuff too much, so, I mean, why waste our breath or our brains? Right, so giveaway should be going on. I also need to know, what's the special thing? I'm now at the Living World Season 1 revamp. Yeah, let's play some Season 1, guys. Whee! So, did somebody win already? Were they here? Oh, yeah, if the person won, there you go, Anodic Shadow. Congratulations to Anodic Shadow. Whisper me your account name right now on Twitch. Whisper me your account name. I'm looking for it, and I'll mail you right here live in front of all these hungry people. Yeah, the Lawborn. This is it. This is it. I want to get it, but where is it? What do we do? Where do we go? I don't know. This is all I've done. Oh, do you mean a statue you couldn't worship in the Loyalist area? Oh, is it that? Oh, it's the statue you need to worship. Right, okay. So is this a bit of a Lake Doric thing where once the patch is open, it opens up a room? which there was selling the butler selling decorations before. They should do that more. They hit gold with some of their ideas and then just never go back to them. That was such a good little setup they had there. All right, next to the town. I know exactly where we're talking about. Yeah, I can do that. That's fine. Okay, if that's it. I'm scared of chat now because I don't want it to be spoiled. I have to be honest. Earlier on the stream, I think somebody did spoil it for me. And I just very quietly moved on. So we'll see. I'll tell you whether it was spoiled. I've gone 3 weeks. Not 3 weeks. Almost 3 weeks. Without it being spoiled. And I think some guy spoiled it in chat for me earlier on this stream. Let's have a look. And let's mail. Did the person figure out how to whisper me? I do not have a whisper. I do not have a whisper. The last person to whisper was Ada. Do they not know Twitch very well? Don't worry if you don't know this website very well. I certainly don't. Ban him live. No, I don't remember the name of the person who spoiled it. Right, so it's in here, right? And we go to a statue. The Loyalist Warren. So what's my what's my lead into this? How am I supposed to know to come here? What's my hint that something was updated? Anything? Or is this just pure JRPG bonkersness? Like what is it that they've... So this statue? So what do I do? Kneel? No. Upstairs, maybe? Is it an interactable? Let's go upstairs, I guess. There is none. It's just kind of an Easter egg. Well, I hope people haven't built it up too much, because I've been going on about a lore bomb. I was told it was a lore bomb. It's like 2 meters tall. Oh, it's a small statue, is it? All right, well, right now, what I'm trying to do is mount on the Springer to get away, but the Loyalists are respawning so fast that I have to kill them all again. So just give me a second here. Luckily, we have Obscene Cleave on a Condi. Soul Beast. Come on, man. Oh, my God. Really? We land on this. Climb again. I mean, is it like super hidden or is it... It's not a lore bomb, it's just Joko propaganda in my opinion. I'm scared. I'm scared if I keep looking at chat for advice on where to find it, someone's just going to be saying what it is straight away. Oh my God, I have so much muscle memory for the Winter's Bite. Okay, this is looking promising. 2 meters tall. I'd expect it on like a desk or something. Oh, no, here it is. Here it is. 2 meters. That's huge. Oh, no, I don't know. Maybe. I forget that I'm an Asura, so the world looks bigger. Is this it? Yeah, it says press F to worship. So you couldn't do this before the release. So if this does seem just really minor and weird, we do have to remember that the devs specifically changed it so that you could only do this after Joko was dead. So it's only after Joko's dead we can look at this. All right, here we go. Ready?
If you are hearing this recording, my magic must have somehow become unbound. Fear not. All things come to an end. Even perfection eventually gives way to the relentless drag of mundanity. The universe was once a perfect void. Total timeless darkness that thwarted all else. But by its nature, perfection is precarious. All it took was a tiny spark to crack open the void of space. No doubt, the same has become of me. I first died so long ago. The fig leaf was in style. I kid you not.
Wow.
I take great pride in all my posthumous accomplishments. Giving birth to the gods was probably a mistake. The vanity of youth. But Kralkatorrik was my first masterpiece. He was but a salamander before I got my hands on him. Such a cutie pie. Wait a moment. Gotta run. The guest of honor is here. Just found my torture theater. Commander, I'm insulted. I invite you to the biggest battle the world has ever seen. And you show up with one idiot Norn. I feel like you're not even trying.
No!
Oh, I know. They'll be my entourage soon enough. I hope you feel at home. I spent so much time preparing for you. Nice to have a reason to break out the crystal. Enough waiting. Joko's bored. Let's pick up the pace. No, crap, did I leave this on? Sloppy, Joko, sloppy. To be continued. I mean, assuming I survive this insurrection.
Oh, you dicks! That last line! Ah, to be continued, assuming I survive the insurrection. So, he will never continue and talk about how things... Okay, alright. I actually kind of like that this is just in a really random little place. Alright, I definitely hadn't heard any of that. Okay, what I thought the spoiler was, someone said E was revealed in this patch. Someone in chat was like, wasn't E revealed in this patch? I thought E was revealed. So I was like, oh, what is the end E? Okay, wow. Do I get to do that more than once per account, or are they complete knobheads about it? I think they're knobheads about it. Maybe it's once per character. I don't know. We can do it again. They're not knobheads. My mistake. I feel bad about that. Kind of annoying that we get attacked in the middle. Right. I mean, obviously it's exaggerated, crazy, bizarre nonsense. But you can tell some stuff from it. I think what they really do teach there a little bit. So this is exactly the kind of stuff I was looking for, by the way. So that's really cool. I think the real thing we can take from it is he probably is old. But what is real, you know? And the other thing is, when someone lies, there's a reason for the lie. Like there's a logic to what the lie was, what seeded the lie, if that makes sense. So why would he say he gave birth to the gods? I mean, that's the crazy one, right? What? Oh, was it not printed to my log? You bastards! He's saying he gave birth to the gods. Why would you say that? Who was even thinking anything remotely like that? I mean, obviously it sounds big and impressive, but I wonder whether there's like some truth under there. That's what they're getting at, right? They want us to be excited about the unreliable narrator aspects. The idea that he knew Kralkatorrik when he was really young. I mean, he's a lich. This is the problem. Now that what constitutes the birth of a lich? How old really is he? He looks human. But the thing is, we also know other stuff, like that his undead he would shape into whatever form he liked, so he could have done that for himself. It's just because Joko takes credit for everything. Yeah, I mean, that's the bare fact. I'm with you guys. Don't worry. I understand fully. I understand fully. There's a very obvious baseline level that this is just propaganda, and he's just taking credit for everything, and he's just trying to make himself sound like a big shot, okay? But there's another level, which is that we've already had a ton of that in Path of Fire, and why do the devs feel the need to go even further with it now? And is there a reason why these specific topics at this specific time? And is there something actual to be pulled out of it? Because I have to think, if I was in that writer's room and I realized there was an obvious deficiency with this patch in that people didn't get enough tangible information about Joko, you'd want to throw them a bone somewhere. Or is that just a massive dirty troll? Is the entire point just to go so absurdly, ridiculously larger than life and lying about it that we can't possibly extract anything just to frustrate people like wood and potatoes? Is that the idea, you know? It is a cool line, and it is the kind of thing I like to see. I'm not sure we can say anything conclusive about it, though. Can we? Anything? This is a message for his followers, hence the point of the exaggerations. I mean, yes, obviously. I think we're talking at cross purposes here. Some of you guys I don't think are fully on the right page. I've written a longer message, but I guess it slipped away. I don't know much about the lore of Guild Wars, but I don't understand this. Why the dragons, except Glint, are evil? Well, that's one of the big questions. Why are they evil? Why? It's not really that they're evil. It's that they're hungry and that they're forces of nature and that they're just devourers and it's in their nature to feed. And so evil's a bit of a weird term. It's not. There's not necessarily anything malicious about what they're trying to do. It's just all in service of corrupting and feeding on magic. That's really what it's all about when it comes to dragons. But the question is, why must dragons be like that? Right now, the only answer we have for Glint is that she wasn't an elder dragon, first of all. So she never went as far as the others in terms of gathering magic, so she may not have become crazy like that. She was only ever a champion that was cleansed by the efforts of the Forgotten. But also, sorry, the Seers. Wait. No, the Forgotten. But also, we know that she was a telepath, so that helped her connect just that little bit more with the Free Peoples of Tyria. But aside from that, that's the big question. Must dragons be bad? I'm assuming it's propaganda, but it reinforces an interesting narrative of Joko becoming a martyr after his death. Oh, you're thinking of another thing, how that might actually influence his followers. I mean, it's definitely propaganda. It's obviously propaganda. The entire thing is, you can't take any of it at face value. All you can do is speculate as to what's beneath the curtain, what's going on under the hood as to the motivations of the writers putting that in there. Just to have fun with more Joko propaganda? Maybe they just had so much fun writing that stuff about how he took credit for Zaitan and stuff. Maybe they had so much fun that they just went with it. And you know what's fascinating about that, by the way? And that cutscene we watched here today on the stream, what's fascinating about that is that's such like a main priority, serious, like, him taking credit for all the stuff we did. And yet, if you actually rewind the clock to Path of Fire itself, that isn't Golden Path information. That is extra information on the side that you get if you do the Academy, which at no point in the game actually puts you to. And certain events at the Academy where the guy looks at the paintings and stuff. And it's well known in the community, but it's interesting to think Mr. Joe Bloggs, who just zergs through the game and doesn't care enough, wouldn't, you know, there might be a missed thing there that I think a lot of people don't realize. But anyway. Yeah, I don't know. If everyone's got any theories or you think I'm missing some great point about that, let me know. But yeah, I hadn't seen that. What happened to Zalambur and Botica and Frostbite, most importantly Frostbite. They can't put every character in every patch. I'm sure we'll see they come back soon enough. I mean, Ritlock was absent in that last scene, wasn't he? Oh, there's an interesting one from Benji. He took credit from us when we killed Zaitan, right, guys? So when he says, I birthed the gods, who's he taking credit from? That's a really, really nice one. I like that. I like that a lot. I didn't think of that. That's very cool. I wonder if that's what they're digging at. I mean, it put something on the table that wasn't there before. That someone birthed the gods. That's what we can decisively say, right? No one was thinking about someone giving birth to the gods as a collective, you know, really before. But that's now kind of there. It's almost like the devs are jabbing a little bit at, you know, what constitutes an elder dragon, what constitutes a god, what's the origins there? Your mum. Is that a your mum joke, or should I be happy about that? My mum gave birth to the gods? Sure. Isn't Mary of Mary and Joseph fame sort of? Is Jesus a god? if the Christian gods went kaput, would Jesus rise up? Greek style. Maybe Joko helped bring the gods to Tyria. I mean, that's the thing. That's the other thing that's on the table. Just jabbing us and be like, Joko knows things. Fuck you. You're not allowed to hear what he knows, but he knows things. That's like the other, like, it's like twisting a knife. It's like saying, yeah, we know that we've been a bit empty with the information we're giving you, so let's just joke about it a bit, kind of thing, or hit it head on and hope that people are satisfied with us almost lampshading the fact that they haven't given us real information in conjunction with the Joko stuff. That's almost what it feels like, you know. We know what you're going to be frustrated about, so here, let's double down on it. It's a little bit like that. I think the most important information is the first line where he says most of his magic has gone unbound. It tells something about the nature of the Lich, that his body's not important, but his magic. I mean, there's another side of things. Phylacteries do exist in this universe, but the devs have never talked about them in a solid way. And really, it's a phylactery that makes a Lich, you know? So, what? Aurene ate this physical body of Joko. Does he have a phylactery? Does it? What? I mean, what's the deal there? Are we just not talking about that? His magic is unbound. I guess that's also an important line. What Neil said, for all we know, the gods are just a select few of a super powerful race that decided they wanted a playground of their own. I mean, yeah, I think that's a fairly comfortable speculation. I don't know whether I'd say that they're all one race, though, by the way, because at least our depictions of them seem very varied. No, I know that a phylactery makes a Lich in D&D and not necessarily all RPGs. But in Guild Wars, if you have Liches and you have phylacteries, wasn't there a tiny bit of flavor text somewhere once as well that kind of drew that and said, yeah, Guild Wars is one of those RPGs. According to Ilona Loop, he has a ton of phylacteries. Yeah, that's the champ bag, right? So whenever they decide to bring him back, he'll just find a new body. I mean, that's almost cynically written, I think, but it is an important thing that for the purposes and structures of Guild Wars 2, we may never see Joko again and it doesn't matter, but there's a crack in the door for a Guild Wars 3. There was always a crack in the door for Guild Wars 3 anyway, and if we were thinking in terms of prequels, because you can see Palawa's origins from the other end, you know, actually see his origins, not hear about them, not see him when he returns for his third time. I mean, I am very unsettled by a lot of this, because I think the Order of Shadows should have had a real... I think this entire patch could have been structured totally differently. In our assault on Joko and stuff, it could have been a big game of subterfuge and sneakiness and manipulation hand in hand with the Order of Shadows, and indeed the Order of Whispers perhaps even too. I think that this patch could have been geared completely different to be all about those guys. And the reason I say that is it's Palawa Joko. Who watched over his tomb for hundreds of years? It was the Order of Whispers. And it's just weird that that's so, like, deeply a part of their nature and who they are and their origins, and they've had no stake in this story. And I just feel like that's wrong almost in a sense. It just feels really off to me that they've just had nothing. And I mean, we don't even get from Joko. When in Guild Wars 2 has Joko talked about his imprisonment? Surely that's one of the most defining aspects of his existence. 200 years he was in a prison. I mean, it was 200, wasn't it? Maybe it was even longer than that. It's a long time he was locked away. And nothing about it at all. I know it's been 250 since he got back out. Not the slightest little snide comment. So it's just little things like that that I feel like I sort of look at what we've got and I think, did you really get out of Joko what you could have? In many ways, they hit a lot of the bars. But some of them that they missed, I am a bit upset about. But for all my upset about that, I am still thrilled, the Kraukatoric stuff. One thing to say as well, the wait for the next story release, I mean, this is the most anti-cliffhanger I think we've ever had, isn't it? Is there even a term for that? Like, where's the next patch? Someone said at the start of the stream, where's the next patch, guys? What are we doing? I mean, vaguely, Kraukatoric is an opportunity and an angle, and we'll understand that. But the truth is that it's like... it's always been vaguely, let's take out the Elder Dragons. It's funny how just open it feels. To me, I'm putting my money on Logan next patch. I think the Pact and Logan next patch. I think we'll see a lot of that. What map we get, what area of the world we go to is quite the pickle. I don't know about that. But, yeah, Logan. It's also funny for me to think that they could do like a mini patch where we don't even need a new map. It's a Living World release that's full scope and has all the story and stuff, but there's not a map. And that because the story doesn't call for one. And it's funny for me to consider that and just how much the community would hate it when not too long ago, in my mind, that's what Living World was. Most of Living World Season 1, most of Living World Season 2, having a map was just like an enormous bonus. And now it's the kind of thing where I think people would be like, I'm quitting the game. They're not even adding new maps anymore. You know, we're in that place now where it's like... through Season 3, if you remember, the devs just said it was their ambition, their hope to get a new map each patch. Remember? And we were always cautioning and saying, there might not be a new map. Now, I feel like at this point, halfway through Season 4, it's like people would not stand for it if there wasn't a new map. Am I wrong in that? I feel like they really wouldn't know. Maybe the Order of Shadows becomes our enemy. That's definitely an idea, and that could explain why this release they didn't go with that whole angle. I mean, they would have sat in a room at some point and said, all right, episode 3, how do we do it? Do we do Asuran technobabble and general nonsense to explain the assault and do a full-fledged assault? Or do we do a different tack and go like manipulation and secrets and stuff and have the Order of Shadows have a big stake because they cared a lot about Joko anyway? And do we expand on that? Surely someone in... I mean... I have quite a lot of respect for them as writers. I have to assume they thought of that. And that just seems like a better fit to me. So maybe they're doing something more, you know? That's the point. You'd prefer the next episode to be an upgrade to Kourna? I mean, yeah, this is a great area of the world. It really is. I mean, they could do a next to Kourna map or something. I don't know. If we had the map next to this, that would be Sunspear Sanctuary, Venta Cemetery, Dashka Inlet. There'd be a lot of exciting stuff here. Especially if we went just a little bit north. You could even give us a little bit of Brand. I mean, this map's very precisely done in that it doesn't give us Brand either, you know. I still want Isna Isles. Give me my tropical paradise, please. Please. Can I just remind you guys? I just want to... Just sneaky. How am I in combat here? What the hell? I just want to remind you guys of something that we saw in Season 3. When it comes to... He attacked us with his last animation. And... Oh, no, there's another one here. All right. But still, really long cripple right at the end there. Thank you for holding me in combat the absolute maximum amount of time. Oh, I haven't even... No. Wait. No, yeah, I haven't on this character. Oh, never mind. We have to character swap anyway. Hold that thought. Wait a moment. Let me go on to... The only character I can guarantee has been there is Liz, so I'll go there on Liz. Okay, cannot log in. Did I just DC? Uh-oh. Oh no, I'm still online. But the game has died. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We can't even get in. Draconis Mons had those beautiful waves and things. I really wanted you guys to see them because looking at the waves, you'd be like, damn, that's some hype stuff right there. We need a good tropical paradise with cool surfing stuff. And, oh, man, it would be good. It'd be really good. Everyone's having connection problems. Oh, I think the game just went a bit funky. All right, well, there you go, guys. Long live the Lich. Indeed. That is the most recent episode of The Living World. That's all the story discussion and fun stuff. Now, can I just say, this will be going on Wooden Potatoes 2. What you've witnessed on this stream is so much more than you would have got from a little condensed 40-minute video where I edit things together and I'm slightly more tight with the script, but still, you got like everything I think about this patch, really. Over these story streams. They will be on Wooden Potatoes too, so do consider those and check those out. And when they're on the video format over on YouTube, you know, I will treat those as proudly as I would any main series release. A lot of people over on YouTube will be saying, why aren't you talking about the story? I am. It's here. It's literally here. So I hope you guys had fun with that. Congratulations to the winner of the giveaway as well. I'm still looking to see if I've got a whisper. I guess I'll have to scroll through that a bit better later. Or maybe a mod's messaged me or something. And yeah, I will be back tomorrow for more good stuff. Not sure what the content will be. We might look more beetle racing and fun stuff like that. There might be even more story for us to look at. Could be some more Kourna stuff, some of the Kourna collections achievements. There's some Sandsweat Isles stuff I haven't done. More Soul Beast gameplay. We might get a big PvP stream tomorrow if people are interested in that. I'm not entirely sure what people will be. But yeah, there'll be all that kind of good stuff. You can click a follow button on screen right now to know when I go next live. Or you can join us in Discord. You do not need an account. You do not need any software. You just click that button and you join our community and you'll get a message tomorrow when I next go live. It'll be the same time during the day. My throat is really sore. So anyway, I hope you guys had fun. It was cool to see you all come out. And yeah, I will be back tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to host you over to a new Guild Wars 2 streamer who unfortunately never gets any views and probably deserves some. It looks like they are in Kourna and hopefully you have fun with her. So cheers, guys. I'll be in chat. Let's see if we can make someone cry. That'll be cool. See you guys soon.